All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of Unpaid and Underrated Podcast, the podcast about crew, for crew, by crew. I am one of the hosts, Big Joey. I am joined by Big Keith.
Howdy, howdy.
I've got Big Thomas over here
Hey, how's it going?
and Big James, but I heard we're going by Ronyak.
Hey,
Hello,
going on?
hello. Welcome to the show. So let's start first. What are y'all drinking?
I got a flight, if you will. I got the protein shake, Costco Extreme milk chocolate. I got some water, staying hydrated, and then a Miller Lift, a OG crispy boy.
There you go.
Yep.
And over here, I got 2 Miller lifts. One of them is in this nice Raise Hell Lift Heavy Massonomus koozie. Yep.
I've
That's
got
about it.
I've got some water. I've got some sparkling water, and then I got a beer just in case I'm feeling squirrely.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a couple beers for dinner, so I'm just rocking out some strawberry Waterloo tonight. So no beer for me tonight.
No more beer.
I see you had a night out on the town for dinner tonight, Keith.
Yeah, well, it was date night, and the wife and I went out to we actually found a new little restaurant. It was kind of nice. It was like more bar than restaurant, but it had really good food. What drew us there was when I was looking at the menu, they coined it as double fried wings, and anyone that's been a Massonomics listener knows that Tommy's always talking about those double dip wings at the zoo, I think.
Oh yeah, we went there.
And
Yep.
I didn't get to partake at the zoo that time for the wings.
That's Circus that has that.
Circus,
Yeah, Circus,
yeah.
yeah,
One of those
Circus.
fucking
Yep,
weird
yep.
names. It's yeah. So the Circus. So I had double fried wings, which I'm gonna assume is adjacent or the same as double dipped wings. Pretty good. They weren't like overly amazingly better than like regular wings. I always get my wings just crispy, so like I don't know, but they were kind of crispy and moist. That's what they sold them as. So yeah, I was basically that sold me. If I hadn't heard Tommy and Tanner talk about that so much in the past, I probably wouldn't have caught my eye. But since the Massonomics lore, drew me in on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the double fry is a bit different. That's more of a crispy thing, but the double sauce, double twist. You get a little barbecue, a little buffalo. Best of both
Yeah.
worlds.
Yeah, and okay, so big wing question. Something we've never talked about. Are we oven wings or are we fried wings? I'm gonna say I'll start, be controversial. Fried wings only. I hate oven wings. I
I
can't
go
stand.
fryer or air fryer. I've never really had good oven wings.
Yeah, they're hard to.
Yeah, I mean the other ones are kind of I'm like a big smoked wing guy.
Yep.
So on the smoker is elite.
Oh,
But
there you go.
yeah, I mean, yeah, air fryer.
Yeah, I don't really cook wings at the house, but yeah, if there's one of the local places does like smoked wings, and they're the tits, so I would take that, I guess.
All right, what shirts everybody got on today?
Big James, I'll let you start.
Oh, yep. Rocking the Costco chicken bake shirt right here. 52 grams of protein. Oh yeah, feeling good.
Then the Strength Co hat, don't forget.
Yeah, gotta
Oh
see the
shit,
strength
my
hat.
fault.
Yeah,
Got the Strength Co have right here.
lift
I
hard,
did
lift
buy
easy.
this for premium prices, unfortunately. Got the $60 hat, and then went to the Arnold this year. Realized they sold it for 40 or 45 or something. So
Yeah, but you beat everybody to it.
I asked for a discount on the shirt. True. Yeah. They wouldn't reimburse me on the day of. And then, unfortunately, babysitting this coat over here. It's a little
Oh,
warm in the
gosh.
garage.
Mhm.
Nobody likes a coat. I'm rocking out the Cool Beans, the new coffee shirt, which everyone would be like, why the hell is Keith wearing that? He hates coffee, but Chris got it for me, so I was like, I'm not going to turn down a free shirt, so take it.
Did he take the coffee?
He did take the coffee. He
Yeah.
didn't want the shirt, and he wanted to try the coffee. So he was like, "What size do you want?" So he just threw it in with my birthday present that he got me, and it was just kind of like, "Oh, thanks, buddy."
Nice. Well, happy birthday. I'm not a coffee guy either. I'm with you, but happy belated birthday. I think that
Thank
was
you,
last
sir.
week or Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
Last Friday.
Okay, my fault.
You're good, man.
But anyways, and I got the size small. Don't curl in me.
Mhm.
Pretty
wow.
tight on me, but I'm also babysitting. I lost my coat that I was babysitting, but it gets cold down here in the basement sometimes.
It must be weird.
Not a very good babysitter.
I don't think you're a size smaller than anything there, Thomas. That's
There we go. I found it. It's
That's hilarious.
nice.
And I got the lift shorts 3.0 on it as well, but I'm not going to stand up. But no, I only got the size small because it was on sale. Last size remaining, so
nice.
I,
Yeah, there you go.
I squeezed into it.
Lift shorts 3.0, the second best lift shorts. I'm gonna say
Yep.
Silkies are elite. Silkies are elite lift shorts.
That's a fair take. I'm a short guy, so
Yeah.
3.0 for sure.
Yeah. All right, I've got just the crew shirt on because
It's a good one.
I had to wake up from a nap at 6:30.
My nap sounds amazing. Anybody get a chance
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
up pretty late too.
yep. Anybody get a chance to watch the YouTube video that hit today of Nathan's gym out there in Watertown?
I didn't take a look at it, but Big Jake, my landlord roommate, he was telling me about it. He kind of handles everything for our garage gym, so he's excited to check it out. But heard it's like a 5-car garage, a lot of
Oh yeah,
space in there.
it's freaking massive. Yeah, I guess it started out as a 2-stall garage, and then he legit like just doubled it, like just added an entire garage addition, so like doubled his square footage, and then added an additional door. So he actually has like a three. So he has a garage door going back to the backyard as well, just for easy access to stuff. So yeah, it was sick. Yeah, we had a lot more stuff crammed in there than I thought on Instagram. So I just thought he had like a rack and some plates and a combo rack, but he had like a dozen machines as well on top of that. So it was pretty nifty.
Yeah, the place looks nice.
Nice. Yeah.
I did watch some of it, but 26 minutes today was a long video to sit and watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you got, go ahead. You want to get into this week's episode or?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. Big
So
Grant
it,
was the guest. Yeah. Big Grant Brogy. Hopefully future guest of ours as well.
Yeah.
Always a fun time when he's on because he just gets it, right? Like he's just a silly goose like the rest of us. So I definitely enjoyed that. I'm going to give that 5 strength co-plates out of 5.
No, 5. That's such an odd number plate. Who would want five plates? I guess you just have to do that lopsided. What about you, James? What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I thought it was a good one. Obviously, another great silly goose time. Yeah, I would go with a good 5 electro coatings on that one myself. Very good, very good.
Well done. What about you, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great episode. We're big Grant guys here, obviously, and nice to get an extended guest. Not a whole lot of banter at the beginning, a little bit different than what we've seen. A little bit of chatter at the beginning, but overall, I'd have to give it 5-pound strength coat plate specifically out of 5.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I've heard Grant on multiple podcasts now, and I've caught a few of his own podcasts and all his YouTube stuff. Or a fair amount of his YouTube stuff I'll consume. My favorite part was just like Grant used. I've never. Very few people was used as much druthers as Grant did during unpaid and I guess overrated. What do they call it? What weird overrated or underrated? I mean, it's unpaid or underrated. But it was like a 40-minute segment for like 3 topics. It was great because he just went on like a 12-minute tangent of like every topic. So I really enjoyed that. So, for all those things, we'll go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. Don't buy our cats.
Yeah, it was a respectable use of druthers for sure. I meant to say too, I liked how he was talking about Twitter, X. No, nobody really talks about that social media platform as much anymore. So I was thinking, I might got to throw some squat videos up on the Twitter, up on the X, just to get some people glazing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a bit of starting strength talk as well.
Yep.
Okay. I like their take on it. It's one of those things like they try to keep you there as long as they can, but it's a good place to start for people, and that's where I give them all the credit.
Anything that gets a barbell in people's hands, I'm a fan of. I don't, might not buy into all of their, culty lore and all that shit, but like anything that gets people starting to use a barbell, that's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely helped my squat and bench. Right, my deadlift was probably already okay, but okay. But
okay. But I got to check it out. I wasn't really familiar with starting strength, like honestly at all. But I coach a bunch of like new kids, like high school kids have never lifted before, so I could probably learn a thing or two, cues just to give kids learning how to squat for the first time. So I was like, okay, I'm about to check that out.
Okay.
All right, Keith, you added some stuff for general topics.
I'll just go with the one. So a little viral. Like I post, everyone's seen it by now. That fucking Hawk 2 video with the fucking. So I made a funny one about like when your barbell rescue brush just isn't enough and you have to give a little bit of extra, to get the bar clean, and like. It's gone mildly viral, I guess. I mean, I'm sure everyone, like 1,000 people have posted the same fucking video with their own little twist on it. But like, I've never had a reel get fucking 240,000 views before, like in my life. My next highest reel was like fucking like 5K or something stupid. So but it's equated to like almost nothing for followers, which is just funny to me. I was talking to, and I've had a few, and I posted something about that in a few like bigger pages that like, have shit go viral all the time. Kind of was like, yeah, just be like that sometimes. Like we'll get like 500,000 views and get like fucking 3 followers, and but I don't know. I think the past has like it's like 3,000 likes and like 2 comments. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this. So it's like it's getting in people's eyes, but no one's fucking engaging with it. So I just thought it was kind of funny. Like going viral didn't really mean anything because it got no engagement.
Yeah,
I
but
hate-
you get the likes coming in. At least you get
Yeah.
that.
I hate when I
You
post
got the eyes
something
on you.
and it gets shared and I don't know who shares it. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I wish
I
it
get a lot
told
of
you.
shares.
Because it's like, it's a deadlift video and it'll have like 6 shares. And I was like, who the fuck are you sharing? Like, are you roasting me in like your group chat or something? Like, I don't know what's going on. I hate that.
Yeah, it's probably the group chat roast for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
It was
get a load of
loser.
this guy.
Yeah.
Mhm. My last little quick topic before we let the boys do a sponsor read for us was, I was kind of, I would have had a PR for crew in a home gym, I think, until, literally the same day, the boys in Watertown had their meet up with probably 8 or 9 of them, I think. And we had 4 Massonomics crew members, in my basement last week. So I was pretty damn proud of that. It wasn't going to be 5, but big Jess Chesney had a family, I think her sister or sister-in-law was basically water broke. So like she couldn't make it, but, it was going to be 5, was settled for 4. Either way, that was still at least a 1. I think the most I've ever had before was 3. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
We had a 4 crew
Nice,
member
nice.
PR in my home gym, so I was pretty stoked about that.
We've hit a 4-member PR here, I believe, too.
Nice.
Correct, Roniak? If it's you,
Oh, yeah.
me, Nita. Well, actually, I guess Big Jake's not a crew member, but we've had
Anita isn't either.
Jake in there. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess we're just at
Yeah.
3, unless I'm
Bunch of
mistaken.
just fucking lurkers over there, You
Yeah,
gotta-
these
haven't
Minnesota
convinced her.
people don't want to join the crew.
these
It's
friends, and it's
unbelievable.
just it's fucking $3 a month. What the fuck?
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
When you put pen to paper, you're losing money not joining.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What about that Dad Rock map that got posted earlier? Did anybody get to see that?
No, I
Or
missed
it's
the
like-
missed the
it's-
dad rock.
Missed
It
that
was
one.
like
Yeah.
it kind of ascribed a Dad Rock band to a specific state,
Oh yeah. I saw something
and
about
like
that.
all of the Dakotas were Nirvana, but like Creed wasn't even on there.
Nice.
Like,
What
It
the
should be
heck?
Minnesota too.
Wasn't it? It was Coldplay or something, wasn't it?
who the fuck is Coldplay?
I could have swore that's who it was.
Now Creed wasn't even on that map, so that map has no relevance. I do
Yeah.
not trust it.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing.
No.
They're just trying to push some content out there.
Yeah, it's
Creed
not-
is big here, though. I mean, after the Viking season, Kirk Cousins is a big Creed guy, but even after he got hurt, Josh Dobbs kept the Creed going.
Yeah.
It was great that the Massonomics fellows got on the crew or the Creed wave as well.
Oh, I'm going to see him.
I
As
guess
soon
we've
as,
always been on. Oh,
as soon as I get back from Aberdeen, like I think I land on the 23rd, and then on the 30th, I'm going to see Creed. So like I've just taken like
Nice.
3 weeks of vacation, which is like fly to Aberdeen, come home, go see Creed, maybe squeeze in a visit to a friend in Michigan there. Right? I'm just gonna make a tour of it.
oh yeah.
Nice. Heck yeah.
All right, you guys
All
got an ad read for us?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Big James, you starting us off?
Yeah, let's get it going.
Just play your video clip up there.
Yeah, let me play this clip here. Whoosh. This is the Massonomics Podcast, setting out to be the world's strongest podcast, but settling for the lifting podcast about nothing. Our journey brings us here to Western, Northeast, South Dakota. We have the knowledge and the processes to teach you how to get strong, stay strong, and use your strength. With long hair, blonde but curly, straight but brown, and well conditioned to look great on your screen. If you like to have a silly goose time, drink piping hot LaCroix, and eat spoonfuls of cool beans, and put one in the old vice, start giving Massonomics $3 a month. Stay safe down there, and Tanner will make sure you never have to babysit a coat again.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Well done. That was good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
It was you have a future in being a voice actor, right? Or a
Oh, yeah.
or a
Yeah, big
what are the guys that did like the ring announcers before the big
Oh.
pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Oh.
MC something. I don't know.
Yeah. But
Good stuff. Well, I think
Well,
Murph,
buffer.
Murph
my
wasn't here. We better kick her out soon and get these guests on the horn, I guess.
my internet gave a little bit of a scare there during your ad read. So if that translates over, we might get you to actually just record that, and we'll put it in after post.
All right.
I got one as well too. It'll be hard to follow up that, but
yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Here we go.
a twofer.
yeah, but a twofer for the people. So yeah, I've got a rhetorical question for the listeners. Do you have ears? Do you listen to things? Well, look no farther than Western Northeast South Dakota, where the Massinomics podcast brings you the first lifting podcast about nothing. With a backlog of over 427 episodes, Big Tanner and Big Tommy cover almost any topic in the greater lifting realm. With interviews with Olympians, NFL players, pro powerlifters such as John Hack, or a guy named Big Keith, Massinomics podcast will give your eardrums a first-class flight to Aberdeen, South Dakota and back, where you can discuss the weather, butt rock, which states are really part of the Midwest, and maybe a few sets and reps. But wait, there's more. Have you ever spilled a beverage? Now you can keep your jacked 3D formula and your crispy boys safe with the Massinomics Drink Spotter, now available in all sizes, from the same people who brought you the Massinomics podcast. But wait, there's more. Do you wear shirts? Do you need to replace your shirt that you spilled on before you got a drink spotter? Look no farther than Massinomics.com, where you can purchase a variety of shirts that will have random gym goers looking at you and saying, nice. All these dreams can be a reality by finding Massinomics on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or going to Massinomics.com and becoming a supporting member today.
Well,
Nice.
okay. No, there's not a third person that's going to come out and make me look like an asshole, and but for jumping ahead, is there? Or just those two? Okay, a good deal.
Yep,
No, that was
that's
great.
just
That was the first two. I mean, there's been times where like we got them to do an ad read, the guests do an ad read, and then Joey or I would like add something to it. But that was our first double guest, double ad read. Because I
Double
think,
whammy.
I don't think
All right.
when Stu and Travis were on, I think they just did one. I'm not sure, but that was well done, boys.
Cool.
Appreciate
I also, so I wrote that myself, but then I looked up ChatGPT to see what it would say for a Massinomics ad read, and it was pretty funny, honestly. If you got time for one more,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Let's make it a trifecta.
Okay, so this is from ChatGPT, so it's kind of goofy, but I just asked it to make an ad read for Massinomics, calling all weightlifting warriors, gym aficionados, and fitness fanatics. Prepare to be transported to a realm where the clang of iron meets the clang of laughter. Welcome to the Massinomics podcast, the podcast that's more anabolic than a tub of pre-workout. Tune in as Tanner and Tommy, the dynamic duo of deadlift banter, navigate the treacherous waters of powerlifting politics, strongman shenanigans, and the eternal quest for gains. It's like a cheat day for your funny bone, served with the side of shredded abs and a sprinkle of lifting lore. Embark on a journey through the hollowed halls of the Iron Temple, where chalk dust mingles with comedic genius, and every set is a setup for a punchline. From protein powder mishaps to tales of epic gym fails, the Massinomics podcast is your one-way ticket to the land of swole and satire. So grab your shaker bottle, adjust your lifting belt, and get ready to curl up with the podcast that's more addictive than the post-workout pump. Join the Massinomics community and discover a world where muscle meets mirth, and gains are measured in laps per minute. Let the gains begin.
That is
Wow.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, I mean, ChatGPT, kind of knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, comedic genius. That's definitely where I'm gonna
Yeah.
slot in Tanner and Tommy.
Yeah, the one error I would say is I don't think they really are up to date on powerlifting politics too much.
No.
They,
Good.
that is definitely they're a little far behind on that.
Yeah,
typically.
third hand knowledge usually.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I think we got all the looky-loos out. Let's get our guests in.
Oh, hey there.
All right, yeah, let's get him on.
All right. Hey guys, welcome. You are live on Unpaid and Underrated.
Yeah,
you
thanks
are
for having
the,
us.
You're the what do we call you? The Midwest
Minnesota
Minnesota
Department of Lifter
Department
Safety.
of Lifter Safety. That's the one.
Yeah, I wrote that
Yeah,
down. a couple times.
Western Department specifically is what me and James are the co-chairs of.
Yep, Aberdeen division.
Yep.
Now, do you
Right.
have shirts for that now? You guys got
Oh,
you don't have shirts yet?
Well,
No,
I mean,
we
the
don't.
USAPL gave us it says platform crew, and then it says you lift, we load on the back.
Gotcha.
So we got a bunch of those, but we should make our own custom shirts. But
That'd be
the meets
perfect.
usually give us whatever shirts they have, and
Yeah,
a lot of free shirts in the realm of spotting and loading.
makes sense.
At least get
Yeah,
some
we come home with,
stickers. We got a lot of stickers
True.
to hand out here at this. I got
Yeah,
my
I would-
stickers for my gym printed this week.
Nice.
Yeah, we should get on the sticker game.
Yeah, that'd be
You
good.
you need a
Give those
logo.
out in Aberdeen. No, they have a logo, or at least someone sent me. I think I Tanner had shared one in the Discord a few months ago when he confirmed you guys were back in. So I think I took a snapshot of that actually.
Yeah, I think Tommy made that logo for us.
Oh, sick. Nice. Good guy. All right, boys. So what brought you both to Massonomics?
Were you before me, James? When did you start?
I was not. You actually got me into it.
Okay. I'll intro then, and then it'll carry into it, I suppose.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would like, if you guys remember Co Keefe, he's been on the podcast, NFL player. He was in some college classes of mine. I remember seeing stickers on his laptop. He wore the bench heavy shirt a couple of times. I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. But I never really looked into it. And then at the showdown a few years ago in Kansas City, when Tanner and Tommy went and had a booth there, I was doing my master's at a school like nearby Kansas City, and big Tommy Schneider, Rob Schneider, a few other guys came down.
Tommy Schneider
to visit and go to the showdown. And that's kind of when I was like, dang, who are those tall guys, with the funny shirts?
They're so tall.
And and then I found out they were a podcast, and I was a podcast guy. I just wasn't familiar with it, so started listening to the podcast, and I think that'll be 3 years ago this fall. So
nice.
And then
and then I come into play. So I I met Nas like the year before in 2018 at we did the Daytona Beach together, and then
that was like 2021, I think.
2021. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like
June
right, 21.
Right. Yeah. So, and then the next meet we did together was the Arnold, and Nas gets in there. He's all excited about this booth. I had no idea what was in store, and he drags me on over to the Massonomics booth, and I just see the two guys, big smiling faces, most welcoming invite I could ever imagine, and started chatting up with them, got a couple shirts, and went from there.
And just
something's go ahead, Keith.
Just to eliminate confusion, you keep calling him Nas. Just explain, okay, so you're talking about the other guy on the podcast.
So, I am. Yeah, a lot of people call me Nas. Yeah, a lot of people call me Nas.
Yep. There's people that are gonna be like, what?
Well, that was going to be my next one, because we have 13 nicknames for you guys.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So why don't we get there?
Nas is very popular for me, and it's a pretty stupid origin story. In like 2014, I created my Twitter, and I was in high school, and everybody at the time was just saying Nas instead of nice, like, oh, those are some Nas shoes you got there. And then I just made my Twitter handle Tom Nas because I thought it was cool. And then people just started calling me that, and then it's stuck. And like now people I don't even use Twitter. Like people that didn't even know me then, it just kind of carried through. So I never tried it to, but that was just a handle. But yeah, Tom Nas, and shortened it to Nas. And then Sports is my new handle. So then I'll go by, people call me Sports. People called me just Sports in college when I was playing lacrosse. But yeah, those are a couple of the nicknames.
And Ronyak, what are we calling you?
Sure. We got Ronyak, Ronnie, James, Jimbo every once in a while, if I'm feeling in the mood. And then family calls me Jamie sometimes. Yeah.
I've been trying to throw more Jameses in there. Like I got to know him as Ronyak, but spending time around him and his girlfriend, and she says James, I'm like, okay, I guess I can throw a James in there every once in a while.
Our friend Keith here gave you a pretty interesting nickname way back about a year ago.
Did that one not stick?
Yeah, but no, I was waiting to get to that. That's what we still call that all the time.
This is one of my favorite things, because I don't think Keith knew you were in the Discord.
Right.
I think he went in there thinking he was going to be subtle and sly, and then you were like, "What's up?"
What did he call you? He fucking changed his handle.
Yeah, it changed his handle to Big Diet.
What did he call you?
So he called me Big Diet Tanner. He took the picture of me standing with Tanner, and he's like, "Oh, we got Tanner standing next to Diet Tanner."
Big Diet Tanner.
Yeah.
There we go. Big Diet Tanner.
Oh man.
Oh, that was good stuff. Well, it's good. Yeah. I mean, from an outside, you both had beards and long flowing hair, so it was just, I don't know, it was funny.
I'll take it as a compliment every day.
I'll stand by. You're actually you're looking more like Tanner, and Tanner's looking more like Diet Tanner as of late.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, with that ankle of his, he can't be at maximum 100% here.
Okay, wait, Ronnie, I got to bring you back to the Arnold story though, because I didn't go to the Arnold that year. Like my first Arnold was this year, So I was gonna go to the Arnold that year that you're talking to, that you met Tanner and Tommy, but I was not
Yeah.
there, so I did not drag you to the
No
booth. You would
way.
have found the booth yourself, or I don't know
Would
if
it have
Tommy
been?
Schneider went. Did Tommy go? I mean, maybe.
It must have been Tommy.
Hey,
Yeah.
you made it to the
Yeah.
booth. They made a good
Yeah,
impression. You joined crew. It's all that matters.
but yeah, I couldn't make
Yep.
it to the
Yep.
Arnold that year because of lacrosse.
That dog is probably so weirded out that that dog's going to two different floors of the house and you're both talking
Oh,
to
is it
this.
the same pup? That's hysterical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
just went. It
I
came
just
down the
noticed that
stairs.
too.
I meant to
Yeah,
close
so
my door. But...
so our guests are recording in the same house, and one is basically on one level, and the other one's on the other. And there's a puppy going from room to room, so he keeps popping up on our Zoom screen, and it's it's great.
Yeah, Big James is in our garage gym, so at some point we might have to do a tour because he's on an iPad. He is mobile.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, we can get to that at some point.
So I'm assuming, are you guys both from Minnesota, or is it just where you're at now?
Rannick's a Wisconsin guy, but I'm from
Okay.
Minnesota.
Yep. Yep. Right from right outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Moved here in 2017. And met Nas in 2020, 2021. Something like that.
Yeah, but I've just been Minneapolis suburbs my whole life.
So no plans, any moves outside of Minnesota anytime soon, and sounds like it's home for both of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to move out one day, but I still got all the family here and all that. But eventually, if I get a job somewhere, I'll be out of here. It's too cold.
Yep. Yep.
Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
like it here, but it's we're right outside the city. I'm not a big city guy, so move somewhere up in the up north, probably up in the north
Up in the
woods
boonies.
or somewhere where I got some land.
Mhm.
Just pull a Brock Lesnar, buy a ranch up in like fucking Saskatchewan, disappear forever.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
did you see the I'm sure it went somewhat viral, but like the video of his daughter,
Yeah,
like
she
the
looked
national
identical.
track.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there was she's like basically his size, at least like from like, the blind eye looking at it, and she looks just like him. And like more,
Yep.
someone's commented like she looks more like Brock Lesnar than Brock Lesnar looks like Brock
I
Lesnar.
saw that same
Like,
comment.
only like
Yeah.
25 or something. You're just a kid, so I thought that just to harken on to little Brock there for a sec.
Heck yeah.
So just so people know who they're listening to, where are they going to find either of you over there on Instagram?
Oh yeah. So yeah, Big James
either.
here. We got Ronnie Power 100. I'm a 100 kg power lifter. So what's that? Is that 100?
Oh, nice. Good clarification there.
Of course.
My main page on Instagram is Swartz_sports with a Z on both of those, Swartz_sports. But my lifting page that I post like every day on is Tom Nas. So the old Twitter handle I was referring to there, THOMNAHS is the lifting account.
Nice. Or Nos, as you. I
Yeah,
can't even
super
say it.
Nas.
Nos. I'm just
Nos.
thinking like when I hear it, I just think of like Fast and the Furious, where Paul Walker went to go buy some Nos for his car so he could keep up with Vin. But that probably predates you, young fucking bucks.
A little bit. And I know that you guys aren't big Timberwolves guys. I think I said that you were complaining about Tanner and Tommy talking so much Timberwolves, but with the Nas Reed going crazy for the Timberwolves, that was big for me because Nas kind of just turns into Nas for a lot of people too.
I see.
Well, Nas is also a rapper back in my day.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with a couple Nas songs, but
all right. Well, there's a whole lot of stuff here to get to, and it's kind of hard to talk to two people at the same time.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Maybe we'll go like one at a time here. So James, you're a power lifter.
Yep.
Okay. I also understand that you are into parkour.
Yes. Yeah. I got into that when I was in 8th grade. My sister was a gymnast, and they had a couple of guys just started a parkour class at the YMCA. So I joined it. I was doing some flips and stuff right away, getting moving, having a good time. And then eventually I started being an assistant coach, and it just skyrocketed from there. I took over the program and then ended up coaching at a few places after that.
That's so dope.
That's how that all started.
When I was younger and more limber, I definitely played in some of the free running parkour world.
Oh yeah, cool.
Obviously, like nothing incredible, but you've probably seen videos of me doing cartwheels and flips and shit on Instagram. I can still kind of do that when my back lets me.
Okay. Yeah, let's get something set up at the Lift Hard Live Easy this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Obstacle course.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Joey breaks his back on the trampoline Friday night at Tanner's while
Oh, yeah.
dodging
Oh yeah.
mosquitoes.
Keep Roniak away from that thing.
Yeah, I have a trampoline in the
I didn't even
backyard.
know about that yet.
And
Nice,
then,
nice.
yeah, I got actually speaking of that, I got invited to a softball tournament for my work like 6 days before the Lift Hard Live Easy. I was like, I'm not going out and getting injured at a softball tournament with a bunch of amateurs. Like, how could you?
No.
I appreciate the invite, but like, I can't do that. All right. So, Nas, tell us about what you're into because I hear it's everything and nothing at the same time.
Is that right? I feel like Broniak is more into everything, but I am into just chilling, if that's what you mean about nothing. I like just a whole lot
No,
of
no.
nothing and hanging out.
I think what it is that you just you bounce between stuff a lot.
Okay, I guess that checks out a little bit. But I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, now I mainly just power lift. Like I actually just quit my men's league lacrosse league this summer because I'm just like not like you were just saying, I'm not trying to get hurt like for my upcoming powerlifting meet and whatnot. So I grew up playing like football and lacrosse, played lacrosse in college. And then yeah, now I'm a strength and conditioning coach at a high school, the same high school I graduated from actually. So it's pretty cool. I'm just there like before and after school, and I'm contracted with like a health company, so it's like a salary position where I'm like not working that many hours. So that's super tight. But yeah, so I mean now just kind of lifting. I love to play spike ball, random stuff like that. But just been playing a lot of Pokemon lately, honestly, in my free time. So
That's pretty ironic because I just re-downloaded Pokemon Go.
I never gotten to go actually. I never gotten to Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I got into it when it first launched. I got into it like pretty heavy, and then just when I got a car, I found it harder to walk, right? Because I live in the country, there's no sidewalks, like you can't just go walking. So,
Yeah.
but now that like my kids are old enough that like we can go for walks in the city and I don't have to worry about them wandering into traffic, I was like, all right, I'll try it again. So I've been playing pretty steadily actually for the past 5 days.
Nice. You guys are Zelda guys too, right? I heard some banter about that a few episodes back. I've been playing a little bit of Zelda.
I think I am not sure.
Or one of you is, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's right.
I think I played Zelda once in like 1990.
That's fair. Yeah, I just started playing that a few weeks ago.
Which one?
Breath of the Wild. It's on my girlfriend's Switch. She's huge into it. She's kind of showing me. So
that's a really good one. I still haven't even finished it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Well, I just got right to the ending and was just like, I don't want this to end. And then I just for some reason never played it again.
I think she said she did the same thing.
Yeah, just put it down and was like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. Which is it's not weird for me at all. I do that all the time with video games.
So were you both at the Daytona Beach spot in Taylor Atwood when the whole origin started of the lifter safety team, or was that
Yep, yeah, we're part of the OG crew. So I think Roniak referenced that's when we first met and started hanging out. And the two of us kind of just clicked right away. Like we're just kind of both fun loving, goofier guys. I mean, him, I think he's a little bit more out there than me. No offense to Roniak, but he's always like, "Hey, no, you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm just trying to relax right now." But yeah, Daytona was sweet, man. That was really cool to spot and load when they still had like it was just a week of nationals, bunch of good lifters. But the Taylor Atwood thing was definitely like the standout, coolest thing of that.
Sweet. And
that was awesome.
What's the story about playing rock paper scissors 1,000 times?
Oh yeah,
we just couldn't stop
killing time.
Rock, paper scissors.
It started out. I brought so it involved like the food we got. We got a bunch of free food, and I brought a muffin back up with me, and I'm just holding it there. We're sitting in the hotel doing nothing. I'm like, "Hey Nas, I'll 5 out of 9 you for my muffin." And so it just starts from there. I think I ended up winning the muffin back. And then,
you were offering to give away things, like you were getting nothing in return if you won, but then that just led to a lot of rock paper scissors games. Yeah, like you said, passing time. I remember we were waiting for pizza and we probably got like a best of 33 game in or something like that.
I love rock paper scissors. I actually just played that for there was something at work where like there was like a shitty task that neither of us wanted to do with one of my coworkers, and I was like, rock paper scissors 3 out of 5, and like he fucking lost all 3. He lost the 3 in a row, and I was like, you dumbass, and I was very happy with that. But yeah, that's great.
We had some good rock paper scissors at the Lift Hard Live Easy last year too. Actually, I don't know if we even maybe we sent the video into Discord, maybe not. I think it was on my Snapchat story, but we got onto the roof of our Airbnb and we had a bottle of Tito's and we taped some scissors to it. And then we were rock, paper, scissoring the bottle of Tito's. And I mean, it was good, man. I mean, every time we threw rock, it managed to get a win. and then we were taking a pull to Tito's. So that was a good pregame for the zoo.
Yeah, you guys had a full house. I'll hop in here with least fun, most fun, then real quick. So, you guys are familiar with this game that I came up
Yep.
with here recently. So,
Yep, yep.
I'm going to give you a couple topics and just tell me the least fun, most fun thing about them. You're not comparing them against each other. It's just like least fun, most fun. So let's go with just the lift hard, live easy in general. The whole weekend.
That's tough.
Mhm.
I'd say least fun was waking up for sure the next day. Brutal hangover, not remembering getting back there, and I mean that was my least favorite part. Waking
Sunday
up
morning, you're saying? So like
Sunday
after,
morning, indeed, yeah. Because we also parlayed that into we went to this like small town diner. I don't remember the name of it, and it's a group of 10 of us, and it just I don't blame the restaurant when it's a big group for being that slow, but it was like 3 hours in there, and I'm like, get me on the road, get me back home. So that's my least favorite. James, what's your least favorite? So I think about my favorite.
I would say the same thing. Don't want to repeat the same answer, but I was at that same restaurant. I'm leaning on the table, just feeling terrible the whole time, and I think I ended up throwing up afterwards. Yeah. Also, we just barely missed the Friday night hangout, but it ended up being pretty sweet that we ran into Tanner and his daughter right on the sidewalk as they were going for a walk.
I remember hearing about that the next morning or on the podcast.
Yeah, he did talk about that on the podcast. Yeah,
you guys rolled up at like 9:00 or something, right? And then it was like already over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then
was that your favorite part, Roniak, or were you getting into that?
Oh no, that was
okay. Your favorite. You go favorite first.
So that was a good part. Yeah, let me go favorite here. Shoot. Damn, there were so many favorites. I'd say the Airbnb was awesome. These people that we spot and load with, we don't get together enough, and we were just having such a great time out there.
Yeah.
And then went to being right above the circus was really cool too. The first night we got there, a couple of us played some pool down there, got some wings, and got some beers going. It was a great time.
Nice.
Yeah, my favorite, I just remembered it was pretty cool that Tanner and Tommy were like sitting there like thinking about who's going to win the awards. They had those cool wooden awards or whatever they were for hardest lifter, all that stuff. And they were just kind of talking about it. And I was like, oh, you guys thinking? And they asked me for my opinion on a couple. And it was cool just to have the input on some of those awards there.
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah, I know Big Christina was in here earlier. I think she might have been the hardest lifter, if I remember right. She won something, I can't remember.
Yeah, Murph put some work in for sure.
So that was cool. And then Big Lou Nutter also cut my sleeves off of the meat shirt, which was pretty cool. He had like that tool that I think he had posted a video on a couple weeks before on how to best make the tank top. So he cut off my shirt. That was pretty cool.
Is that the circular cut tool?
Oh,
I got one of those.
Yeah, I did it like on a cardboard so it didn't mess up the floor too much.
Yep.
All right.
And that was right before deadlifts, and then we had a couple Miller Lights as we were getting ready for deadlifts. It was a good time.
Nice. Second one here, last one. Just being on a spotting and loading team, or spotting and loading an individual meet. However you want to answer it, I guess.
Yeah.
Give you some options.
I'd say I enjoy the spotting and loading part. Obviously, it's going to get pretty tiring by the end of it. I'd say the worst thing is like every once in a while we get some people that are just trying to do their own thing, and there's makes for really poor communication. So we kind of run into each other every once in a while, but we end up finding a flow as we go through. But I'd say that's the only bad part about it is just that initially not finding that flow right away.
Yeah, we've got our A team for sure. So like that's always smooth, but we're always trying to teach some new people or get some new people in on spotting. So that's always tough when you're working with somebody newer. But my least favorite thing would definitely be when there's like delays such as like technical difficulties with like the lifting cast or like the refs messing something up, and then you're just like sitting there for an extra few minutes. Or I mean, I actually kind of enjoy it, but it's annoying when like lifting cast doesn't work and we have to like do kilo math. Like I'm kind of good at kilo math, like we were talking about yesterday, James, but it's always tough when like the technical difficulties aren't working, or when the meet director has like a super long flight or like 5 flights, which I mean, not hating on the Massnomics meet last year, but it was a long day. So nice that we had some people, to take breaks, but when it's a long meet, no breaks, long flights, that's tough.
All right. Any good thing is any And any actual fun things about it?
Yeah, I mean, like Ronyak said, it's a ton of fun. So I mean, just getting to see the lift. I mean, best seat in the house, basically, even though we're super focused. But it's always fun seeing some good lifters come out there, just get the energy going. And I mean, I hate like sitting and spectating meet. It's so boring to me. So just being able to be a part of the meet is, I think, my favorite part.
Nice.
At the best view in the house for sure.
Yeah.
Good deal. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
Got anything there, Joey? I kind of went like 3 in a row.
No, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I'm still having some trouble like getting through these notes. Yeah, so no, who crushed their finger at a meet or almost crushed their finger?
Probably James. I don't know. I can't think of any too bad injuries that I've had. I don't know if James fixes my. Okay.
I crushed my finger at Limitless Gym in Appleton. I was moving a rack back into place, and I had one hand on the barbell, one hand on one of the posts here, and then the barbell fell off the rack and kind of like jammed my finger in between the rack and the barbell. Started split it immediately down to the bone, and it started squirting blood out of it. It was wild. Blood all over the floor, and I walked over to some gym goer. I'm like, "Hey, yo, do you know if there's any first aid kit here?" And then they went and found it. And then Nita came over, my girlfriend. She starts panicking immediately. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" It's all good. So made it to hospital, got some stitches. Yeah, just finger. You don't need it.
Yeah, you get a lot of nicks and bruises spotting loading, but that's not great when you're squirting blood.
Yeah.
Do you guys like? One of my local meet directors here does give like leather gloves out to the guys for them to wear. I don't know if that's beneficial or not, or if it's kind of too cumbersome.
The one time I did use the gloves, I enjoyed it. It was like mechanics gloves. I don't know about the leather ones. Probably
yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think it was more thinner. Yeah. They were.
I liked it. I've just felt a lot, freer and wasn't as like scared about pinching my fingers. So I was like, I remember I could actually grab 2 reds at a time with the gloves on when I tried not to usually do that. If I'm not like, I don't really like to grab 2 reds. Ronyak's a big 2 red grabber.
Oh yeah. That 3 every once in a while, but that's a tough one.
I don't have, but my hands aren't big enough for that shit.
What I enjoy is just tape on the thumb.
Dude, that's a good move. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something about that's like the most important piece of grabbing the plate. It's so much easier to grab it.
Being a hook grip puller too for protecting the thumbs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the thumb tape too. That's a good call.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it makes sense because we got told to talk about your grip strength. So that
Ronyak does have some crazy grip strength. He's all about that.
Like what? Like what are you doing for your grips? Well, obviously probably climbing with the parkour and stuff like that too, right? Like that would help. Right? Are you Are you bouldering as well, I hear?
Yes, yep. I do bouldering quite a bit. I go kind of on and off between bouldering and not bouldering. But other than bouldering, I have a Rolling Thunder at home, and then I have this rock that I found in the woods.
Yes, rocks.
I love rocks. They're amazing.
Yep, me too.
It's good 30-pound, nice and wide rock. Sit there, hold it. Yeah. And I also got the Captains of Crush Grippers. Nice. My best is an off-brand 250. I haven't quite closed to 2.5 yet, but I've come really close to it.
That's impressive. Yeah, we have a 1 and a 2 and a trainer, and I don't think I can close the 1, let alone the fucking 2.
Well, it's not an unpaid and underrated unless we talk about rocks for a second there, eh?
Oh yeah.
Rock talk. Oh yeah, I got a new rock recently too.
I heard about that.
180-pound Hoostavelle shaped rock.
Oh, nice.
Been carrying that around the backyard.
Now, where'd you get that? Go
ahead. Just in the woods in Rhinelander. It's where I was born. My grandma was living out there. We were just going on a trail ride, and we're in a UTV. And my sister was driving. I was like, "Stop right there!" And I saw the rock on the side. Threw it back.
Oh, that's elite! That's elite stone move right there. Like, I want that one. Oh my God, look at that rock. There's a construction site I keep like if it was anything other than rocks, I would probably be like a creep because every time we drive by, I slow down and I'm like, that rock right there, that's got to be a good 180, 200 pounds. And Morgan's like, then go ask if you can have it. I'm like, no, that's weird. Right. But like, it's like that girl, I want to date that girl. Right. Like, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
anyway, but yeah,
I need that. Oh yeah.
definitely into rocks.
Okay.
What are the odds? This sounds like a game, if it's what I think it is, that
Oh
I
yeah.
probably
Oh yeah.
play sometimes too. So go ahead and explain that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot
for
about
sure.
this.
Yeah, so it's so you say what are the odds you'll do this? Like what are the odds you'll shotgun this beer? And the maximum you can go is 1 to 25, and you say any number. So say it's 1 and 12. We both somebody counts down 3, 2, 1, and you both have to say a number between 1 and 12. If you land on the same number, then you have to do it. And if there's a 1 and 2, then it's a 50-50 shot. Then that other person is potentially has to do it. So if it's you say the same number on the 1 and 2, the person that was asked it has to do it. If it's the opposite, then the other person has to do it.
Does that make sense, or do you guys need a demonstration? We could probably play one.
I'd say do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you got
All
some
right,
Miller
Ron,
lifts
yeah.
in your hands.
Yeah,
All right,
Ron,
what
yeah,
odds you
should we
finish
go?
your beer?
Well, I just finished my last one, so we're talking a Kraken finish on this next one. But I'll
Oh,
give you
shit.
I'll give you a 1 in 7 odds here, big dog.
Okay, on the beer.
Yeah, 1 in
All right,
7
all right.
odds on the beer. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
you
All right,
count. You count.
Will Big Keith or Big Joey count us down here?
Give us a 3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
Two.
1.
1.
5.
5. No,
No, you
way.
heard me say 5, dude.
I said 5. I said 5.
Oh man, I said it
valid.
too early. I know I said it too early. All right.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Big Nos is putting one down the hatch. Oh, good stuff.
I see it. I see this game.
So yeah, it was a 1 in 7 chance we said the same number, and we did.
Yep.
So I suffer the consequences.
Well, that's
Yeah.
really fun.
They're gonna think we pre-planned that. Right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh no, now I
way
gotta
that
drink this
worked out.
beer.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So, James, is it you that had to come back from pairing your tech? Or tearing your tech, I think.
Pairing your tech.
Oh.
Pairing your
Yeah,
tech.
Did you pair
Yeah.
your
I
tech
haven't-
that one time?
Yeah, haven't done that one yet, but definitely tore my pec.
There's pairs in my computer.
How'd you manage?
Oh shoot.
How'd you manage that, buddy?
Yeah, it was a family Christmas party. I had worked up to 3:45, hit it for a double, felt really good, and then I walked upstairs, saw my uncle who also lifts, and I was like, hey, we were just lifting down there. You want to join? So I start back over from 135, jump 225, jump 315, and I had gotten some beers going at this time, so I'm thinking I can just wrap it out. The bar had very little knurling on it, so my hands were sliding out a little bit, and went super wide right on the first rep. As soon as I started to press, I felt it just that rippling motion on my back.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. This was like, right after nationals too. So I was like feeling good, feeling excited about my powerlifting career, and then got pretty upset about it. But
That was after Vegas Nationals, or what Nationals was that?
that was after the Spokane, Washington, 2018.
Oh, damn, that was before I was even okay.
Oh, it's a while
around.
ago.
I got
Okay.
you.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you do you still drink and lift then, or is that something you kind of keep separate nowadays that you've had that bad experience?
Shoot, it's been a while. I've done it again since then. Put down a good half a bottle of Rumpelmans for doing some deadlifts one time.
But done like a heavy, I mean, well, I guess you're not going to hurt your bench is really the only one you're going to tear a fucking titty on. But like, deadlift, you just drop the bar if it's too fucking heavy, so that ain't hard. So unless you're fucking over under and blow your fucking bicep.
Yeah, you can blow a bicep, pop a hamstring. Eddie Hall was talking about that.
True,
like if you're
but-
dehydrated and you're deadlifting heavy weight, like your muscles will just give up.
Yeah.
So you mentioned spike ball earlier, Nas. What is spike ball? I've never heard of that.
Oh, you guys have seen like
Yeah,
the
it was on
little black and yellow
Shark Tank,
net.
wasn't it?
Maybe that's where it started.
I thought it was.
But no, it's like the black and yellow net thing. Similar rules to volleyball, where you serve it into the net, it bounces up, and if you're playing 2-on-2, you got 3 hits to hit it back on the net, and then you're trying to get a good spike so they can't return it, right? And just
Mm,
volleyball scoring like that.
that's fun. I think I have one of those in the backyard.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were just playing in my backyard right before we hopped on to the pod here today. Just one on one. It's meant for 2-on-2, but you can still play one on one where you just kind of like hit it up one time to yourself and then can spike it. But yeah, all the kids are playing it these days. Like I was just in Chicago, and it's like everybody on the beach, spike ball nets activated. Same thing last time I was in California. Everybody's playing spike ball.
Hmm. Let's get to a standard question that we ask everybody. So I know that I heard here that your first piece of Massonomics merch was a hat in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so as I referenced before, that's when the showdown was when I met Tanner and Tommy, fully became aware of Massonomics. And so Big Tommy Schneider was just overlifting a little bit ago today, and we were talking about it. And I didn't really remember the conversation going down, but I just saw this green hat, and I'm like, oh, that hat's cool. And Tommy Schneider was like, oh no, but you don't buy the hats. And I guess we were close enough to the booth, but I'm like, but I like the hat. And Tanner and Tommy kind of heard it, and they started chuckling, and they're like, no, you don't buy the hats. And and then yeah, Tommy bought me the hat for my birthday. I don't think he bought it there. Maybe he did. Yeah, no, he did buy it there on day 2 because they went to day 2 and I didn't. But then he shipped it to me, brought it back to Minnesota, and shipped it to Kansas for my birthday that year. So shout out to Big Tommy Schneider for my first hat. And then after that, I got like a bench heavy shirt and a curls shirt right after that.
Is there a shirt or a piece of apparel that either of you wish you had that you missed out on?
Wow, I really like the white bench heavy. I know that one's a rare piece.
Or the blue lift shorts. Those would have been cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, more shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I picked up an OG lift shirt at the Arnold this year. That was one that I was missing. So now that I got that, I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, I like white shirts.
I actually have that somewhere. I forgot I bought that shirt.
So Big Diet Tanner, I hear here that you are you dabbling in strongman? Is that just a little hobby thing, or is that something you might actually get into? You're tall enough, you ought to be decent at it, right?
Yeah. I definitely want to get into it. I would say I'm in the dabbling process at this time. Picking up the rocks and stuff. Started doing some log press. I did got up to like 210 for a couple doubles. Felt pretty good. And yeah, I'm a big deadlift guy. That's my favorite lift, so it would transfer pretty well.
Yeah, there's a lot of variations too. Like we're doing the 18-inch deadlift, so like I probably should be training more from the floor just to actually build the strength. But it's been nice to be able to hit some heavy weight on deadlift and like just have it be so high that it's like my back is like not. It's like I'm not gonna hurt myself. I did fucking last Saturday. What the fuck was it? It was 15 reps at like for me it was 90% of the comp weight, but it was still pretty heavy for me. It was like 385, but 18. Yeah, I died. It was 15 like and it was a 60-second clock, man. My back I was like I literally like couldn't get up for a minute, and when I did, my the whole like it was weird like I've never had that kind of a back pump. It was just like my whole like mid low back was just completely pumped up for like 10 minutes or more. Like I was walking around and I could just like feel it like pulsating and like swelling up. It's like, holy shit. I had just never done a set of 15 on fucking anything deadlift
Yeah, sheesh.
any kind of variation. I'm just glad it was 18 inches or it would have been fucking, would have died if it was off the floor.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. How do you feel the next day?
Honestly, not too bad. Like I wasn't, I did because it was weird because when I do a Saturday lift party, it throws my whole schedule off because I usually train Friday and Sundays because I travel so much for work. Those are 2 days that I know I'm getting home by 5 o'clock on Friday, even if I'm out of town, and I know that I don't have to go to town till Monday morning at like 5 a.m. So Friday, Sundays are always 2 days I train at my house. So when I do a Saturday lift party, that kind of fucks me up because then I either have to train 2 days in a row, one way or the other. So I went down and tried to I went down Sunday right after the party and tried to do my axle clean and presses, and I couldn't even get like my warm up weights. I just like fucking just called it and didn't even do them until like the middle of the week. But overall, I felt okay, just not necessarily ready to lift the next day. But nothing's hurting long term, at least. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Good.
Okay.
So does this get either of you guys any closer to the Hall of Fame? Do you guys get your cards? You're both long term guys on that. So you should be You know where
Yeah,
you're
we
at?
were talking about that. Yeah, I still don't have my physical card. I mean, my mailing address was still my mom's house, so she might have thrown it away. But I think we were doing some math, and I mean, we shouldn't be too far off at this point. We got a couple to go.
Nice.
But this is big for us for sure. So thanks for having us, fellas.
Absolutely.
This is huge.
But yeah, I mean, being there last year, I think I even got to get some more orders in because I got maybe 4 or 5 t-shirts that I bought like one at a time. So what is it, 10 orders on that thing?
I think it's 10, yeah.
I think I got to just get some orders in.
I mean, could you have better marketing from fucking Tanner on that one too? It's just like,
Yeah.
what's the number that they can hit? But if they're a couple short, I'll just force them to order like 3 things in the matter of a couple weeks. Just to,
Yeah.
I get a kick out of that shit.
Yeah, I got to do some math on that one.
We should be at 9 as of now.
Okay, 9.
Yep.
I mean, so this fall will be my 3-year anniversary listening. It's 4 years, I think, for how long you've been listening. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's a 1 and a
Okay.
2.
No, it's
I think I'm
supporting.
two
It's
myself.
supporting.
It's being a supporting member, not just being
Okay. I
yep,
think we should. We should be around our 2-year supporting membership this time. Honestly, I think we passed the 2-year supporting membership.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure we're at 2. Yep.
Okay.
Just get that ironed in because there might be I know there's gonna be a ceremony for it's Dodds being like the first one to hit the elite, whatever the fuck. But I'm assuming basically he'll hand out your sippy cup and shit. So just make sure that it's a truly earned sippy cup for the Hall of Fame if you actually got it or not.
Yeah, maybe we should lock in
Yeah,
our 12
cool.
before that. I might try to get some orders in. Pay shipping a few times, but
Yeah.
Well, remember that getting your supporting membership counts as an order.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right,
I'll do
so-
some math then. I'll do some math.
Hopefully, you created a profile at some point because then you can actually log into your profile
Look
and
at
you can
the-
go look at
okay.
all of your past orders.
I will do that.
He
Okay.
actually, because that means anyone that joined fucking within the last 10 months, I think I'm gonna call bullshit on that. That doesn't count. Or if it does, it counts once. It doesn't count fucking reoccurring.
No, it only counts once.
Oh,
Like when
I
you
see.
Oh, okay.
sign up.
Yeah.
No. You don't get to no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
I guess that would be an
Nas
order.
was all like, "Oh, I guess I got
No,
it."
when you purchase your recurring membership.
Yeah. That's
Because,
wise.
well, I mean, I'll leave that up to them. Either way, I'm way over 10, but I was just thinking about Tron's story when he kept doing all the orders to get the quarter back.
Oh
and
yeah.
that counted then. So I was like, well, that has to count as an order because that's how he joined up with the crew, right? Oh, geez. I apologize to everybody for the amount of sniffling I'm doing. This is not table talk. I am so sorry you have to listen to this.
So, what's better? Do you guys ever debate what's better between lacrosse and rugby? Is it a heated,
Rugby for sure, easily.
I guess we chatted about it a little bit because he's like, "Nos, you should have played rugby in college." And I'm like, "Dude, like I got recruited, but I was like, I'm not just gonna switch sports now." But I would have liked to play rugby. So honestly, I'll give this to Ronyak, and rugby would have been a lot more fun. So I'll give you this one. But still, I like lacrosse.
What level did you end up playing lacrosse at? And did you go to Minnesota?
So it's club lacrosse there, still pretty competitive. And then when I was a grad assistant strength coach at the small college in Kansas, and I was coaching the lacrosse team there in the weight room, and they found out, well, they knew that I played in college, and then they had like a little scrimmage, and they just had me play, and they're like, "Oh, dang, you're really good." So then they had me join the team. So I was like the strength coach and on the team, little Jackie Moon style for a little bit there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so that was like NAIA, which is like basically D3. So I mean, like I'm okay, but our men's league, we play against some like D1 guys, and they'd cook me pretty good, but I could hold my own like slightly.
Good deal.
Okay. Mount Rushmore. Let's go with Nos first. I had it. God damn it. No, we'll go with Ronnie because it's right in front of me.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore, Ronyak. Types of beer.
Ooh.
Types of beer?
Yep.
Okay.
That's just what it says.
You're talking like IPA Pilsner or
yeah, let's do
Miller
that.
Lite. Okay.
I'm gonna say cold ones are definitely up there in terms of cold and hot beer. Some countries drink hot beer.
What?
I like a good I don't remember if I like stout or porter more, but I like a good dark beer at the right time. Let's see. Probably cream ale for sure. The old spotted cow, as me being from Wisconsin, that's a good old famous spotted cow is amazing. Is that where am I at here? And then yeah, probably go light beer, just because of the amount you can drink in one sitting.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing like just drinking a bunch of hams or something, having a good time, you couldn't do that with any heavy beer. So definitely a light beer. Got to throw that in there.
All right.
Decent.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story about when I stopped in Minnesota? And,
Oh yeah.
And we went to the bar, which must have been a student bar because it was cheap, but had like really good burgers.
What was it called? You know?
No, I can't remember. It was, and I don't even remember the city that we stopped in because we were driving for like 12 hours. I can find out because I'm like, I can go and track the pictures, but I ordered a spotted cow and I actually asked the server if it had milk in it. And she looked at me like, what is the matter with you? And because like part of me was kidding, but the other part was like, no, now like tell me about this beer. But she was just like, you're not from around here. I was like, no, we're from Canada. We have no clue what this is. So does it have milk in it? And she was just like, what?
You must have been in Wisconsin then, because I don't think any place in Minnesota can serve them. Is that correct, Ronyak? I didn't think they could serve in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So you must have been in Wisconsin.
I'll find out for you in a second because I think Keith is going to have the Mount Rushmore for Nas.
Yes, I want to hear your Mount Rushmore for bad gym etiquette or bad lifting etiquette. You could throw out shit you see at meets or just solely in the gym to me. Just
at
bad
meets or
bad lifting etiquette, if you will.
Okay, dang, that's kind of a tough question, honestly.
I hear you dislike it, so that'll be something that float to the top.
I mean, I haven't gotten on a good rant complaining on the IG story in a while, but I used to. And I think what sparked this question from somebody may have been like I went on a rant talking about like this guy just hogging the belt squat for like a good 30 minutes. I mean, it was my squat day. I always go and hit belt squat that day. And then I was like, hey man, like could I work in with you? Because he was like taking a decent rest break. He's nah man, like I'm hitting like some intervals, yada yada. Like I still got 8 more sets. And I mean I'm not one to hate on clusters. Like I love a good cluster set, but I was just like, okay, buddy, like I guess I'll just come back in 30 minutes. So I was pretty fired up about that. I'm trying to think of.
So I'm gonna count that as one. We're gonna call the asshole and the belt squat one.
Yeah. I mean, I've like since I moved into Big Jake's basement in January, I've just been training it in the garage gym. So it's definitely been a lot less interaction with people at the gym. So that's tough, honestly. Man, I'm getting kind of stuck. Like I would just say, I mean, no disrespect to bodybuilders, but just like getting down to the boxers in the gym is one of my pet peeves. I mean, I know that it's part of bodybuilding, but it's just like, come on, man, like do your morning pose. I just hate a lot of things about bodybuilding. I wouldn't do it, but no, like it's hard, it's respect to them, but yeah, definitely like posing in the underwear, the undies, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess supersetting on multiple machines, that can be annoying. Actually, I hate like personal trainers. Just like it's usually the personal trainers that just like kind of claim like 3 different things and kind of just come back and forth to them. So personal trainers doing dumb stuff would be 3 after the bodybuilders. And then 4 would be people that are just there to talk. I mean, I used to work at the front desk of a gym, and like then I got to know so many people there because they talked to me while I was working. But then I'd be working out there, and everybody would just want to chat because it's just uppity. It's in Uptown, that gym that I was working at, and everybody just wanted to chat. So I guess it's people that talk more than they actually lift. That was a tough list to come by, though. So good question. Whoever.
I'm surprised nothing at the meet like hit the lid. Like has no one?
I didn't really think about that.
No one
yeah,
dropped like a fucking 800-pound fucking squat on your hands or arms or anything stupid.
Yeah,
like
that's rare. We've caught a few of those. I forgot. Yeah, I was thinking gym etiquette, but yeah, meets, dropping weights for sure. I mean, just like being an asshole in general, just like coming out and like either like bitching at the refs or like demanding something from the spotters and loaders. Cause like most people should know their coach should like request, like if you want the bar rolled back or something like that. So just like, I guess when a lifter comes out, I'll piss you. Like that's kind of annoying. not having your rack heights in. So then we got to ask you
Yeah, that's annoying.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Have you ever experienced like I can imagine this happening, like if some asshole like is just being a dick the whole meet, just like whatever he's doing is just pissing you guys off, and then he like slams his last deadlift down and gets it taken away. I would have a hard time not laughing at that because I'd just be like, you're such a dickhead, fuck you. Like
Yeah.
I would love like I would just because you're getting a first hand seat to karma and just watching it and just, you know.
Yeah, Roniak will remember at the Arnold. I think Big Bam Bam, whatever his actual name is, he got called, like it was like the last deadlift of the day, like really heavy, but he got called for slamming it at the Arnold, and he was really unhappy about it. And he ended up like talking to us after, like saying everybody likes to thank the spotters and loaders, which I do appreciate, but he was really complaining about that call to us. And I remember like some of our friends like they're there, man, like you still did great, and like you should have gotten it. But I remember in the back of my head, I'm like, well, you did kind of slam it. So that's the best example I've got for that. But I mean, he was still a good guy to us. So I don't want to, it wasn't terrible, but it did happen. He got the call.
Yeah, I think he let go of it a little early before it was settled to like one of those fine detail things.
Oh, that's well. So my last one, I guess, just before I know I'm stealing the show here. What's the best either? So you can take it as like the heaviest lift you've ever seen, or just the coolest lift that you've observed as a spotter and loader, like individually. Like what's like the most impressive thing you've seen?
The Taylor Atwood one that we were talking about before, for sure. But that same nationals we were spotting Jesus Oliveira. And I mean, I think there was over 900 pounds on the squat bar. He wasn't even as strong as he is now.
Yeah.
But it was still just like a scary amount of weight that we're looking at it. It's way above our heads because I'm 5'6". I mean, we got big around, a couple other big spotters in there. So I knew we'd be fine, but luckily he blew the weight up and we didn't have to worry about it. So yeah, that's the coolest stuff. I mean, we didn't even get into this, how much like the worst thing about spotting and loading that I didn't mention actually is equipped lifters. So we've gotten some like heavy equipped spots.
Yeah.
That's the worst when you have
Especially
to,
if you're doing a fucking combo and not a mono.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause that's all we do is, like usually USAPL, so it's single ply, but still like if they misgroove it, it's like the weight is on us. So
Yeah,
spotting equipped lifters sucks.
There was a really cool lift that I remember in I think it was last year's nationals. One guy, he came out his second both of his first two squats were very shaky, and then he loaded up another like 20 kilos on the third one, and he comes out like barely able to hold the bar on his back, looked like it was about to roll down, and 10-second grind at least he stood back up with it. I unfortunately I forget the name of the gentleman, but that
reminds me of Ashton Ruska though too. I love spotting Ashton Ruska, but he's very shaky, so he's walking out like shaking like crazy, and we're like, oh, holy cow! Like, but he usually bodies the weight, so it's not too bad.
So tell me about the lift from the zoo to the Airbnb that somehow had no keys or shoes involved.
Were you? I don't know if I was
a walk.
Yeah, it was
I
us.
walked back home myself.
Yeah, I walked back solo dolo. Potentially, there was no keys at the Airbnb, and I was the first Irish goodbye. Like I was absolutely buckled, and I had started drinking pretty early. I think I was just ready for bed, so I walked home solo dolo. I didn't say goodbye, and I guess I just was thinking about my own safety. Locked the door of the Airbnb. I didn't know it was a deadbolt because the rest of the time we were just typing in a code. But yeah, I guess everybody else was locked out, and I don't know if it was Roniak or I think Tyler maybe had to climb onto the roof to get in through the window.
Oh,
Yep,
you were just
I think that was Tyler.
inaccessible, passed out, phone.
Oh yeah. I was past the heck out, and everybody else was struggling because of it. But I was getting my Z's.
It says here though that you lost your shoes on the walk.
Not me, maybe Roniak.
No,
I feel like you might have been
maybe.
shoeless, bro. I feel like you might have been looking for one.
I don't remember a lot of the walk. I ate shit on a scooter and then I showed back up.
A scooter.
Yeah, one of those Lime scooters.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the big negative. Like I think I was too I don't think Aberdeen has enough people for like Lyft and fucking Uber to be like. Oh,
I was about to say, is there even Ubers? Yeah, I didn't think there was.
So yeah, that wasn't very dangerous.
Oh, well, I hope I can get to the airport on Monday.
Just start walking. You'll be all right.
Well, one of us can give you a ride. We'll be driving a couple cars over there.
So what? You guys are both coming back. Do you have a lot of repeat faces coming back to spot and load, or is it a bunch of new teams?
Yeah, I think Nito's still be coming. Sam Kroll will not be the other girl. But we've got 2 platforms this year, as you guys know. So we got to bring extra spotters and loaders. So I think most of the people that were in last year should still be coming back, and then we got quite a few new faces as well. So they'll kind of get to see what what a meet like this is all about, because it's a lot different than what they're used to with USAPL meets.
Does the meet director ever have to supplement like some extra guys, or do you always pretty much like you're in charge of your like if you're working with Dave or whatever, you're just he's just it's your responsibility to get as many guys there as you need?
Yeah, but we did one other meet for Dave where we drove to Fargo, and it was just 5 of us, and he was gonna get some extra guys to help, but we had 5, and I think the extra guys ended up like not being able to. So I mean, yeah, that was just all us getting it. I mean, like some of these meets in Wisconsin that James has talked about, like they'll kind of get their crew together and just kind of pull from some of us. But Tyler, we haven't even mentioned Tyler yet. He's kind of the one that got the group together for nationals a few years back. So for the local meets here, when they do have meets in Minnesota, he kind of gets everybody settled in for that, along with the meet directors. But yeah, I mean, we just have a big group chat on Instagram with probably at this point like over 30 members of people
nice.
that want to spot and load around here. So
that's actually really helpful. Then I was thinking it'd be like a dozen people, and it's like always like a pain in the ass to like get enough people coordinated to go out. So yeah, having 30, that's even if I'm like a fucking third of them, that's all you need.
Yeah, no, we're teaching new people all the time. Like just like in April was collegiate nationals down in April, and I mean, it was only me and like one other guy from like the OG crew, because a lot of people couldn't make it. So we were teaching some new kids that are still in college and just kind of trying to teach the up and comers, I suppose.
And are you guys all like centrally in the same area? Do you live together? I mean, other than like I know like 3 of you live together and stuff, but like I guess a lot of the other people, where's everyone spread out?
Yeah, there's a few powerlifting gyms around like the Minneapolis St. Paul area. I'd say like the majority either lift at most of the like the people that are active like on Instagram lift at this place called Kilo Strength Performance in St. Paul, owned by a powerlifter. A lot of people go there. Ronyak and Nito train at American Strength, another niche powerlifting gym. I guess some Olympic weightlifting there. And then we got Los Campeones, which is kind of like powerlifting, bodybuilding, everything in one. So there's like 4 different gyms that people go to. None of them is like the mecca, like the best, but everybody just seems to kind of know each other in the realm of Minnesota powerlifting, which is pretty cool.
That is awesome. So do you guys actually have you actually have USAPL back now too, right? Was that Minnesota did not have USAPL or?
Yeah, there has not been a meet back here yet. It's been a couple of years now. But yeah, they like have gone through the lawsuit and stuff. Like it was appealed where originally the judge said we couldn't have it just in Minnesota. It was it was like a cease and desist or whatever, or cease to exist is what they were demanded to do. But I've heard it'll be back maybe as soon as the end of this year, or maybe like in February.
Did Powerlifting America fill any of that vacuum, or
so there was like
USPA or WRPF?
There was one random Powerlifting America meet at one point that nobody really did, but now there's a big one that a ton of people signed up for in December. That's a Powerlifting America meet. So I'm doing that one. So is Jake, who owns the garage gym up there.
Oh, nice.
So that a bunch of our buddies are doing that meet. So it'll be interesting to see once they do have USAPL meets back, like how many people actually stay in the PLA. But it'll be good to at least have a meet back here. But no, there hasn't been any WRPF or XPC or anything like that.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, I disappeared there again.
You're good. I can go on a tangent talking about fucking power. You think I can talk about home gym shit? I can talk about powerlifting fucking forever.
Well, speaking of home gym shit, let's see it. Let's see the garage gym while you're up there, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie, if you kind of give a whip around there. So he's got the whiteboard behind him with everybody's PRs and stuff. Can't really see it too well.
We actually got Tommy Schneider put up the unpaid underrated here for us.
Oh,
I don't know.
Go down a little bit, but
right spot.
okay, yeah, there you go.
Ah,
It says unpaid and underrated. But yeah, so Jake, my landlord, Big Jake Christensen, same guy who beat cancer this year. I know some of you guys were donating, really appreciate that. But he's got this garage that he's been building the last few years. He expanded it, and I mean, we got like a Rogue full rack, a Rogue like half rack, combo rack, as you can see, and we got a TSS combo rack delivering tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
As well, actually. So then we're gonna have 2 combos back in there.
So you're gonna get rid of the little squat stand, then I'm guessing.
Yep, exactly. Got a belt squat that Ronnie was just showing. Cool banners. We got the regionals banner there, and then also a nationals banner from Vegas. Getting into some good flags here, some Ice Spice. This is like more of the accessory room.
Oh,
if you remember that guy from COVID, Black Thunder or whatever.
Yeah.
I think his name is Big Ronnie, isn't it? Oh, I might be wrong.
But yeah, little bells of steel lap pull down pulley system back there. Like I said before, I moved in there in January, and then hardly been going to the gym since then. So been able to get.
I wouldn't.
In there. There's a spike button net, by the way.
I did see that. So the new combo rack, is that something you guys like just found, use, or do you guys
No, Jake
That's like
Jake
$4,000
has
delivered, I think.
Yeah, Jake's got aspirations to like host, like direct meets at some point, whether it's out of the garage or just kind of move the rack. But he wanted to get a nice new combo rack, so
There you go.
got it customized and be black and red, pretty sweet. I sponsored the safety rack, so it'll be the Swart Sports face savers.
Oh yeah, because that's what I hate about the TSS.
It's like an extra
another
$400.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want, because I sure want face savers with mine, so I don't fucking die when I bench.
Yeah. So one of the things I was going to ask you later, Keith, I think you said you're more of a power rack guy, but I'm excited for this combo rack because, we got a bunch of guys coming over kind of hitting SPD days at the same time. So we can just, change the rack height. Big combo guy. So I was interested to see what you like more about the power rack. The stability.
I would love a combo rack in my house. So though, so I've got a dedicated bench that I bench on. Like, I would like to get a combo rack, but like, I want.
All right, is he frozen on you guys too?
Yeah, I lost Keith. Yeah.
I'm here. No.
All right. You were saying?
No, I'm here.
Okay. You were saying you'd love a combo rack.
I love my dedicated bench so much because it budge. Whereas, like, if I'm racking a heavy bench, like, on a combo, I don't know. I get that they're sturdy and they will. I don't know. There's just something about having like a rickety combo rack versus my heavy duty bench. So I'd almost want to keep my dedicated bench and then turn one of the squat stands into a combo rack. I just don't have the floor space over there to actually have the articulating arms and stuff. So
I don't make sense.
I wish Rogue just fucked up so much when they made
their combo is so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be great if it was just like 47 inches wide, not 49, and then I didn't have to worry about like fucking. You can't even use a calibrated bar on it, or you can't even use a kilo bar on it unless you have like the perfect fucking walkout. Like,
exactly. I hit the racks every time on those things.
Yeah, anytime my local meet director uses the Rogue, I'm just like, well, put both arms in, or at least one of them, because I don't squat wide, but I can't fucking unrack a 20 kg bar with this wide ass fucking rack. But
yeah,
I would like to get a combo one day. It's just got to be at the right price, and like, I don't know, I don't have a spot for it right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the idea of being able to, I honestly would just rather have my bench have articulating arms.
Okay.
But like, because the guy that I bought the rack off of like 7 years ago, he makes them now where all his benches, like, it's an option. You can get like the combo rack arms for it, but it's still a heavy duty dedicated, like bench. Like, that would be nice.
I think TSS makes those too, where it's like just a bench, but has the combo arms.
So I don't know, someday, but I'm a fan of both, but. If I was to ever get a combo rack, it's got to be bolted down, and it's hard to find many that you can do that with. Like the TSS, you can, but fucking what the fuck is the three?
There's like State of the Arc has a decent.
Yeah, State of the Arc's the guy. What the fuck is the other one? Not Alico. Well, yeah, Alico's got really.
There's ER racks. ER racks are solid.
ER I like because I've used it a bunch, but you can't bolt it down. Like if I could bolt an ER down, I'd buy it because they're only like $3,000. But I don't know, but. I'd go either way on those.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I do have enough people in mind that like there's definitely an advantage of having the ability to raise and lower the bar height. It does get tricky when we have like 8 people, 9 people, and there's only like 4 racks or 3 racks and a bench. So it's like, yeah, hopefully it's a couple people are the same height or the tall.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. It's Jay. If you and James work out in a fucking power rack, he's the one that's got to fucking lift a squat bar an extra foot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, sometimes I'll see kids that I coach at like the high school kids like using like a lift off on squat, and I'm like, you guys, we're not going to do a lift off on squat. Just move the rack down. Or they like try stepping up on a plate to kind of like get the higher while they unrack it, and then step down off the plate. And I'm like, okay, that's asking for something to happen as well on that. So
I wish there was like a safe attachment, like just like something you could put on a 3x3 rack that somehow replicated that ability to like raise and lower the bar and shit. And it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, for my high school weight room, it was like I think is it Torque? No, not Torque. Shoot, I can't. It was through Johnson Strength, but some power racks I got from my high school, and we've got actually like a double J hook. So there's like a top one and a lower one. So at least. If you're with somebody taller than you, you can get a guy on each side and just like move it up and down. So at least that works a little bit, but
for sure.
Just gotta unmute. Oh, hey.
Hello, I'm back. Had to pee.
I thought I had to unmute you there, so I was getting all ready to do it. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, appreciate it.
All right. So do we want to get into a little unpaid and underrated?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
I'll,
Oh yeah.
some of
Okay.
these might be like I don't think I necessarily notated which one's for which. So if it sounds like it's for you, go for it. If it sounds like you both want to answer, go for
Yeah,
it.
we can both put an
kind of,
answer.
kind of do it live and play it by ear. So
Yeah, we might do more than 6, just a heads up.
yep,
That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
All right,
especially
yeah,
with this trivia.
definitely.
So anyone unfamiliar, this is unpaid or underrated. It's similar to overrated and underrated, but better because we created it and it's very original. So underrated obviously means it's great, and overrated sucks because no one wants to be unpaid. I fucked that up. So unpaid sucks, underrated good. All right. So let's go with number one here. Airbnbs with communal showers.
Oh, definitely
Oh
underrated.
man. Oh yeah, easily underrated.
Well, if we're druthering though, like I do have to say that like it was a great Airbnb, great shower system, but there was only one toilet, and there was a lot of people in there. So like that almost makes me want to say that it's unpaid. Well, actually, I might just be talking myself into the unpaid rating now. I kind of like a nice personal shower now that I think about it.
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
did anyone actually jump in there when someone else was showering, or because
Oh
for
yeah.
this like so they because they posted in the Discord, there was like a bathroom with like 6 showers, like it was a legit like locker room shower, wasn't
Yeah, we got some good
Yep,
pictures
yep,
in there with the jean shorts, but yeah, we did all shower after the meet together,
yep,
and
yep.
eyes were staying up up in the eye area, but
So you guys running it back and getting that same Airbnb?
no, we got a
Uh,
better one this year, right,
There
James?
you go.
Yeah, James is
yep,
our
yep.
Airbnb correspondent.
Yeah, we got a full house this year, so it'll be pretty good. They doubled the price on us from last year, so
Shit.
we just couldn't do it. It
Yeah,
didn't
maybe
make
some
any sense.
competitors will be getting the lucky communal shower, but not sure who.
Yeah, yeah. Whoever gets it, they'll enjoy it.
Hopefully, the strength
We
coach
got
fellas end
two
up with that one.
bathrooms. Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
Now is that I think we're actually at a place today. It's one of the oldest pubs in my city, and above them, when the company that owned it previously first bought it, I got to go do a tour, and I think it was a hotel. So you had separate bedrooms, but you only had one bathroom with a communal shower. Is that kind of where you guys were?
Yeah,
Maybe,
so it was above a salon apparently, or like a
okay,
salon, and they did like a studio. They did like photo shoots and stuff up there as well. So that's
okay,
why the bathroom was like that. It was like a makeup room. They had like a shit ton of mirrors and like chairs and stuff.
all right.
And then the
Ton of
rooms,
product.
yeah, that's true. They did have a lot of products, so your hair was looking extra nice after that weekend.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you.
But yeah, like the rooms, like they just had like a bunch of like air mattresses lined up. Like it wasn't like a usual bedroom. It was
Okay,
just
okay.
yeah, they definitely use that for some other stuff.
That's what I was trying to imagine if it was something like that, where it was like a hostel or something. Where okay,
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't want to be paying a premium for a fucking air mattress like above a hair salon.
yeah.
Like fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a
Yeah.
bed.
I
All
mean, there were some beds. Ronyak's with his girlfriend, so he automatically gets best bed. I feel like all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good perk.
Yeah.
right, boys. Number two here. Let's go with Rob Schneider. Unpaid or underrated?
Ooh.
Oh,
This is Rob Schneider
I
as a
mean,
stapler, or just Rob Schneider?
as a
I was
carrot.
about to say
You do
Okay.
you.
it's all the different roles. So you got to go with underrated on that one. He can play anything.
Yeah, you make a good argument there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go underrated for Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is Tommy Schneider.
I do like Rob Schneider. He's a good actor, man.
So
He's fun.
the Tommy Schneider thing, is that like you guys already made that joke and Tanner and Tommy just kind of picked it up and ran with it?
I don't
Or
think
was
so.
No.
that was literally just them? Because that Tanner has never like actually like almost pissed himself laughing like that.
Oh, he
No,
broke.
that it was.
But it
It was-
corpsed me too. Like I was driving and giggling like an idiot.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
'Cause
What was
just
great
so-
actually. So it was at the Arnold. I ran into Tanner like on the day before the Arnold opened. It was like the setup day. I was helping with some of the USAPL stuff, and he was just finished up with the booth. And I was chatting with him, and he's like, "Dude, the podcast that's about to come out on Monday, like he knows that we weren't listening to it, like live or whatever. But he's like, well, just wait till you come out. Like we referenced one of the spotters and loaders. Like he gave me kind of a teaser, and I couldn't wait for it. And then once I heard it, I was like, we were talking in the group chat. Everybody was dying. It was great. But yeah, no, that was Tanner and Tommy that came up with it on the spot, as far as I know.
That makes it even better. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one more probably, and let's go unpaid or underrated. Dante Culpepper, Massonomics gym member. Dante Culpepper.
Oh yeah, that's right. Um, I mean, I used to have a Dante Culpepper jersey. I'm gonna have to find it from somewhere, but I mean, I am a big Dante guy. Underrated for sure.
I'm not personally familiar, but I like his name, so I got to go
You don't know who
underrated as
Dante
well.
Culpepper is, bro?
No.
Oh, he used to be on the Vikings, and then I think he was on like the Lions and the Dolphins. But
Yeah,
quarterback, he's
yeah,
a quarterback.
he was a Pro Bowl quarterback in the late '90s, early
Yeah, he's
2000s.
chucking bombs to Randy Moss.
Possibly Minnesota's
Nice, nice.
best. Would you say is the best quarterback in Minnesota's
Ooh,
franchise?
yeah. Honestly, that well, Fran Tarkenton historically,
Okay, so like
but I mean
last
that's
40
way
years, I
before our
guess.
time. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
like
mean, yeah, in my memory, yeah, Dante Culpepper probably was. And I mean, he
yeah.
wasn't even that good for us, but
He had a couple Pro Bowl years, and then I think he just got beat up because he was a running quarterback and just I don't know. All
yeah,
right,
he had a cannon though. Shout out Dante Culpepper.
all right, what you got, Joey?
Well, these ones are probably going to be more specific.
Okay.
I think Keith kind of stole the generic ones. So unpaid or underrated, talkative people or yappers is what we were told to ask.
Okay,
Oh, we're
okay.
talking
That was
yappers.
probably up Nas's alley. He's probably got quite a bit to say on that one.
What's a yapper?
Well, I mean, a yapper is just somebody that talks a lot constantly, and I mean, I might even be considered a yapper from time to time. So that's where it's tough for me. But yap is just one of the words that the kids use these days. You know, like I said, I work with high school kids, so the lingo keeps me young. But I mean, people getting on IG and just yapping. I mean, that's definitely unpaid. They're not getting nothing out of that. But I do love a good yap session myself, you know, and I just get to get up there and talk. So I know I'm druthering again, but I got to say that the yapping itself is unpaid. Sorry, is underrated. But yappers are probably unpaid.
That's fair. That's a fair
That checks
assessment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to
Okay.
agree with that. That sounds good.
Okay, so unpaid or underrated, raw eggs.
That'll be a Ronyak one.
Oh
I'm
yeah, that's
saying
good stuff
unpaid.
right there. Easily underrated. Quick source of protein. You can knock them back, throw a couple in the jar, and there you go. Call it a day. Maybe we were talking about those today, actually.
Yeah, so
Maybe
odds
mix
are
it
you
with
odds
some.
are you chug one right now.
Oh shit! Yo, what? 1 and 2.
You want to go 1 and 2? Okay. All right. We're gonna need a countdown from 3 again, fellas.
3, 2, 1.
2.
1.
Uh
Oh my gosh! Now you would
okay.
have to. I can do it in honor
No,
if
that's
you
just
would like.
no egg. That's just since didn't match up, it just means nothing
One and
happens, right?
1 and 2 means you have to do it. That's a 50-50
What?
shot.
I didn't know that was real. No, I'm not doing no egg. Okay, move on.
I don't
Underrated.
know.
Oh.
I was supposed to everyone bring Nas some fucking raw eggs at the meet.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got to
if I'm
eventually.
forced to, I'll do it for the people, I guess.
That sounds like so you're like Rocky style and eating fucking raw eggs. Like that's nasty,
Well, there's
man.
a story there, right?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, it's been I've done it for a long time now. The first time I like put it public, I made just like a random video on Instagram of me just driving and eating raw eggs, and then I started doing it with the shell and all, just going the whole egg, chewing the shell, and great source of calcium. You know, if you think about it nutritional wise.
No, great source is salmonella. You're not supposed to eat the
Yeah,
shell,
bro.
dude.
Come on, man.
That's great. So, do you do do you ever do the crack the egg in the beer thing for your hangover?
Oh,
Oh no, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's a little bit of into your beer, a little dash of salt, and apparently that's an old school hangover cure.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to do some that live hard, live easy.
yeah, that's a
build,
Sunday activity. Make it better this year.
build fast
Yeah,
formula. Got nothing on us. That's our day.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So unpaid or underrated tribal tattoos.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's me as well.
All right.
Definitely underrated. I got my whole back tattooed when I was 18 years old, uh, and I don't regret it. I'm gonna add some pieces to it. I'm gonna go like down the middle of my spine, some more lines through it. Shit, I could take off my shirt right now if you want to see it, but it's pretty badass.
I just want to see Nas do a raw egg. That a raw egg. That's all I want to see.
That's all I'm focused
Oh,
on right
man.
now.
I was telling Ryan, like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to whisk the egg first because he says he doesn't beat the egg. I think I
mean,
prefer a beat egg.
you have a roommate that you could let that Ron could text and have bring it down to you live on the podcast. That'd be so shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing an egg, bro.
I'm just egging you on.
Yeah, egging me on is crazy.
Dude, I could mute the mic and shout.
No, we're good.
Nah, we're good.
No. Yeah, no eggs.
We don't want our first puke on the podcast.
Yeah, we talk about poop enough on the podcast. I'm sure somebody.
Oh, did we get any good poop for?
I don't want. I got one more unpaid underrated. I don't care about poops.
Yeah.
Probably good one for both of you. Unpaid or underrated back spotting on deadlifts.
No, that's super unpaid. Stay out of the way.
Yeah, it's not
So fucking
necessary.
stupid.
Yeah,
what are you gonna
that's super
catch me?
unpaid.
You're not gonna catch me. Like,
No, I don't know if you saw the video too. Like it was going around a few weeks ago of like this dude deadlifting without arms, and the spotter, like the back spotter, like the guy fell, and this back spotter did not catch him, and then he just looked stupid for standing there. It's just like just don't stand there, and then you don't look stupid.
I did see that. That guy did fall over. Yeah. And the back.
Yeah,
spotter
Joey
was just
Flex
like,
yelled at me one time for like not catching his lifter that fell, and I'm like, bro, like,
Well,
what do you want me to
USPL
do?
doesn't, and IPF don't want back spotters, right? But like a lot of other feds do. Like USPA,
Mhm.
you have to back spot. Like I've never seen a USPA or WR. I'm not sure about WRPF, but USPA.
I usually have
is
somebody
always back
behind me at the
spotter.
WRPF. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I
Yeah.
thought it'd be a contentious because I think it's you guys. USAPL is more of the outlier without the back spot, in my opinion. And I'm a kind of a firm believer. I prefer to have a back spotter if I was, if someone's get. But then again, it's like if you're passing out, there's only 50 fields. It's almost probably more like 60-40. You're going to fall forward than backwards, I guess. But like if you lose your grip, the bar goes down. You're going backwards. If there's
Yeah.
if there's a deadlift jack back there, you're fucking dead. Like.
Yeah, that is a big thing we do is like we keep the deadlift jack like at an angle, like way out of the way, so that's not going to happen. And I mean, there's lifters where like it's at the ref's discretion technically. So like there's head refs, even the USAPL, where they're like, hey, you're back spotting every time. But if they see like a lifter that looks sketchy on the first or second, they'll be like, hey, go stand behind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one of those.
A couple people fall forward too, where we're close by where we can step in and like catch their belt or something, and we're all ready to go. But you see the meets where people are like right on them. That's not necessary.
I mean, yeah, I respect that dude that does it. He does a good job, but I mean, like doing the belt flick for the lifter too. It's like you don't got to do all that in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jonathan Oldham fell at last year's Lift Hard Live Easy.
Yeah, I think I was behind him, and I mean,
You're not catching Jonathan.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
No.
and I mean, he was fine. It's not like he was hurt either.
Too,
so
no, he went
yeah.
He went
It was
backwards.
backward, kind of like right on me. So I kind of got underneath his armpits a little bit. I mean, maybe like I guess the key is like not letting the guy hit his head, right? So it's like we can just like get him to land on his butt with his head up. Like I guess that's a W.
All right. Well, you guys passed unpaid and underrated.
Oh, cool beans.
Thank you. And
Good work.
real quick, Big Jake brought me a raw egg.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, that's for you,
I'm gonna
Ron.
do it in honor of Nas.
Okay, thanks.
But we got to see you doing at Lift Hard Live Easy though.
Fair.
I'll be yakking the rest of the night, but
Nice.
all over the Costco bag too. I love how he's got the automatic zoom on there.
Good stuff right there.
That's so Brad.
Yeah, I would not have done that, bro. You would have had to put it in a cup for me.
I eat like a ton of
fair
eggs, but I'm not a raw egg guy.
Yeah, I even like my eggs like kind of soft, like on the like some people say it's still cluck inside, but
And no chaser there, Diet Tanner. No chaser to fucking swallow.
That's crazy.
To switch
No.
Oh man,
I have nothing but egg.
I'd have to chase that with a gallon of water to fucking. Ugh. That's
Well, that was like what 6 grams of protein in just like a 1 second go. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
respect.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I can chug a Fairlife in about the same amount of time. So
I mean, you get past the sliminess of it, and you're good to go.
that's what I couldn't.
The
get
first couple
past.
ones were hard.
yeah,
The mouthfeel for Big Ryan out there loves to throw that one. Out there. Yeah, I definitely would not be able to handle the mouthfeel. It's too snot adjacent.
And that's the thing, 'cause wasn't it just last week you were talking about like you've done picklebacks and shots and ammonia, the eye drops last week. I think someone fucking shotgun and an egg, a raw egg, might top all of that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
I've
good
done a
stuff.
lot of stupid shit on this podcast. Like
But,
hits of
down a raw
ammonia.
egg.
Morgan one day packed like picklebacks in my cooler, little Jaeger fire. But like I've done a lot of the eye drops last week.
I think James wins though.
yeah, egg is
So
crazy.
far, yeah,
Let's
that's the
go.
craziest thing we've seen shotgunned on this podcast.
Good stuff. All right, boys. We're gonna hand it over to you. If you guys have anything for us.
Yeah, I know James has a list. I'll let him start.
Yeah, so I covered Joey's over under unpaid overrated, and now it's covered Keith's. So,
Nice.
all right, ready, Joey?
I was born ready.
All right. Uh, first one will go themed shaker bottles.
What do you mean, like
Unpaid.
themed?
So, like they got like the superhero shaker bottles and stuff like that. I've just seen a handful of them on your Instagram. What's
Yeah,
your take on them?
there. So that's funny. I had a controversial shaker bottle post, guys. A shaker bottle with a round spout versus a shaker bottle with the
Yep.
oval spout. That oval spout can go fuck itself.
Yeah, I
And,
think
and
I've seen those. I hate
Agreed.
those. Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen
and
those.
they are. I ordered the bucked up is trying to work their way into Canada, so I got this like it was like $20, and
Yeah,
they
I had a
sent
bucked
me
up one too.
yeah, and they sent me a shaker bottle, a 6-pack of sticks, and a T-shirt for like $20. And as soon as I opened the shaker bottle, it had the fucking oval, and it has the stick
Terrible.
shaker where like the stick is inside and the shaker goes up and down on the stick.
Oh yeah, I've had the same blender bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, so usually I find those themed ones are that because they're the cheapest to buy. So they buy the cheap ones, they print their logo on it, they send it out. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go definitely unpaid. The best ones I
Okay.
have are Blender Bottle brand.
Yeah, just the OG.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Oh
get
yeah.
that's why the one from Ghost. Although the other day I think my wife washed my here's a fun story. I think she washed my shaker bottle in the same thing that she washed the spaghetti
So it was
pans.
all
Oh
fucking
jeez.
it was all
So
pasta saucy.
yeah, so I was like
Oh,
drinking pre-workout. And it was the other day when I woke up at 4:30 in the morning for no reason. It was when I was first getting sick. And I was like, well, I'm awake. I might as well hit the fucking gym, even if I feel like trash. Oh, sorry, I'm swearing a lot. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're
fuck
good.
you.
Shit,
And
fuck.
and as I'm drinking it, I could just smell leftover pasta.
That's so
Oh, it was the
gross.
worst. But then,
Jeez.
final part of this story. Today, I go to take an electrolyte supplement in the same thing. And as I pour the electrolyte supplement in, I go, oh, wait, this smelled bad the other day. And then I stick my nose in while all the powder's coming up.
Oh.
I just inhaled all the powder from the electrolytes. I was like, oh, what the? Why would I do that?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, my brain is not on high levels today. It's hot in here. So I'm sorry, unpaid. Yeah, definitely unpaid theme shaker bottles.
All right. All right. Next one, unpaid or overrated, or underrated. Really high jumping or box jumps
I used to
in your
love
training.
those. I used to love jumping up high because again, it's the parkour stuff, right? I used to love that
Yep, of
stuff
course.
till my hips and knees said I couldn't do it. Oh, well, and then moving into the gym, right into the basement gym, I couldn't. If I jump, I'll hit my head.
Oh
So
yeah. Fair.
Just like my
underrated.
basement down here, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, is a short gym.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very well. Not the gym, but the basement down here. Roniak's hitting his
Okay,
head, just walking around, basically.
I'm gonna say
Yep.
underrated because I think if you can do them, you should. Because a little bit of explosive training isn't the worst. But definitely when my knee started to give me the problems it gives me, and then my hip went because of my knee, I don't do a lot of explosive training anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Good,
my knee
good
is.
find. How far back did you go to see that?
Oh, I went way back. I went deep.
Holy.
All right, I got two more good ones here.
Okay.
Next one is unpaid or overrated scarves.
Oh yeah, I used to love scarves. My
You
ex
seem like
made
a scarf guy.
back in the day when I was like a social dude, and I used to love scarves. And actually, an ex of mine made me a Felix the Cat scarf. That might be the one you're referencing. And she made it
Yep,
double
I think
walled.
so.
Yeah, and it's like it's yellow with the circle and the X's.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because Felix the Cat is fucking dope. And I was like, I wish I had a Felix the Cat scarf. And she was like, I will make you one. And that is the best scarf that's ever existed. I still have that to this day. I just don't wear scarves anymore because I'm not babysitting a scarf.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm gonna say underrated because I still make my kids wear them because they have to be warm. I can suffer; they will not.
Very good. Yep. All right, let's go with this last one here. This is the most important one. It all comes down to this.
All the marbles.
So, all the marbles. So we know you are a big cucumber guy, but unpaid or overrated, how was that Chinese cucumber egg soup?
Oh man, you ever had it?
No.
No. Okay, it's a very simple. It's chicken broth, cucumber. You can use tomato too, but I prefer cucumber. Sesame
Yep.
oil, and you crack a couple eggs in.
Raw eggs.
Okay.
Right.
No, when you're cooking
keep
the
'em raw.
soup, Keith, they're not raw anymore.
And it was Harkin, dick.
And it's a very, very simple and easy. Sorry, disgusting. This is worse than table talk. It's low calorie. It's high protein because of the egg and the chicken broth. Like, it's very easy to make. I've been drinking it and eating it for years. So definitely underrated. It is actually my wife. I introduced it to her, and she still asks me to make it all the time.
All right. Cool. I'll have to check it out.
You said that was all you got? That was for all the Joey marbles?
Did I
Yeah,
pass?
that was all the marbles right there. Yeah,
Did
you
I
passed.
pass?
You passed.
Hell yeah.
Yep, 5 stars. Cool
Okay.
beans.
Cool beans. Yeah, I guess moving on to Big Keith.
Who?
Unpaid or underrated Pinot Grigio.
Oh, isn't that nasty fucking sparkling water?
No, it's a
Or
wine, you
wine.
fucking Luddite.
So no wine cellar. I don't fucking. There's a no. It's S Pellegrino is the sparkling water that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Pellegrino. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I will go unpaid because there's no wine in, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not a big wine
I've
guy.
had like a couple glasses of wine in my life. I'm
Oh,
legitimately
okay.
not
No,
a wine
really
guy.
no wine. Okay, I was
Yeah,
wondering
I
if you were
just-
actually not a wine guy.
No, it was just
Good dad
I-
joke, but also
yeah.
no wine.
I don't
down
drink
there.
a ton, and like at the time when I started the gym, the guy that helped me come up with the name, like he was a guy I used to work with who drank every time we went out of town, like hard, and like I would
Mhm.
have like a beer or two. So like I was basically the guy on our work crew that like didn't drink, in comparison to
Okay.
their alcoholism. So, but yeah, I'm not a wine guy on that one. So, but I'll go unpaid because wine in general that have had has never been great.
Okay, well, it's a mission of mine to drink some Pinot Grigio or some type of wine in your gym. So I really got to make it to New York
do it
one of
up.
these days.
Upstate New York, as
upstate,
Tommy
yeah.
might say.
That's a white wine Pinot.
It is a white
Grigio?
wine, yeah.
It all
Yeah,
smells like
that's
cat
my
peanut.
favorite white wine.
Yeah, it
Okay,
all smells
fair.
like cat peanut. I can't. That's a personal thing. I'm not knocking anybody
Yeah.
that does enjoy it, but every time I get a glass of white wine, I'm just like,
I could see that.
To have
I could
someone
see
take
that.
a picture drinking wine and then a wine cellar, that would be fucking epic.
You see, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
it's
It's kind
rebellious.
of like it's like when we took the picture of us spotting each other drinking alcohol with the drinks must be spotted in this area sign when we were spotting and loading last year. Similar vibe.
I love it.
I like breaking the rules. Okay, so unpaid Pinot Grigio. Next one, Rochester, Minnesota.
Nice.
I'm gonna go unpaid because it's always like when I tell people I live in fucking Rochester, like I've had this a couple times where people were like, "Yeah, I'm in Rochester." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Where at?" And then like, "Well, that's not where I live." Like, I'm so confused. Or I see something. It happens every now and then too. Like I'll see something on Marketplace. It just says Rochester, and I get all excited because I'm like, "That's a fucking great deal for that barbell or whatever the fuck." And I'm like, Rochester, Minnesota. What the fuck? Never been. How big of a city? Like, I think it is actually bigger than Rochester, New York. I think it's actually like nationwide. I think Rochester, Minnesota is more renowned than Rochester, New York, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I'd have to say it's probably a similar size. I mean, it's known for the Mayo Clinic,
Okay.
but it's not a big city. I mean, I went down there for a wedding in November, and I mean, it can't be that big. I mean, Rochester's I presume like a good amount smaller than Buffalo. I don't know. I've been to Buffalo.
Yeah, we're geography. We're like between Syracuse and Buffalo, and I would honestly say like by size, we're probably between Syracuse and Buffalo. But like
Okay.
to me, Rochester is Greater Rochester, which is like the 15 suburbs that like are in the same county or maybe even the surrounding counties. Like basically, if you're a half hour from like the city of Rochester, you're in Rochester, in my opinion.
Sure.
So like that, if you encompass all that, it's a very large area. But if you just go like city limits of Rochester, like I don't fucking know. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't come here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Rochester, Minnesota is like the only city like I feel like within its span because it's 2 hours south of the Twin Cities here probably. But yeah, I mean it's kind of a crummy place, but not terrible. Mayo Clinic, so
Yeah, go.
it'd be a good versus 1-on-1.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Wouldn't be a bit because that's like the really renowned hospital, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we ended up going. Yeah, I don't trust if we're going by hospitals. I definitely don't trust Rochester hospitals because my wife had like a very serious thing that she needed surgery for like
Mm-hmm.
several years ago now, and at the time we were just lucky that we had really good insurance. We could get a second opinion, so we were able to go to the Cleveland Clinic, and like we'd do that again in a heartbeat. It saved her life. Like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing up here. There was no one that had ever touched what she had. And they had a whole fucking department at Cleveland Clinic that like literally had like multiple surgeons that have done that exact surgery multiple times. So
Okay, nice.
definitely anyone listening that has a serious medical issue, fucking get second opinions and travel to better hospitals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rochester, Minnesota potentially could have been on the other Rochester. But yeah, my last one for all the marbles. If I didn't lose Keith, is Keith still there?
Not
okay,
Rochester,
looking a
New York.
little laggy. Okay, Keith is looking frozen on my screen, so I'm gonna hold off.
Back.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a bit frozen, but I think he can hear us.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm here now.
Unpaid or underrated, the Tennessee Volunteers.
That's so random.
Well, it's orange,
Oh yeah. So yeah, that is a for the orange side, but that's more like a yellow orange. I always thought, and
I felt like it was the closest to your orange, but
sorry. Every time I unplug my fucking Wi-Fi.
Where the hell did you go? Like what?
I don't know. I didn't go anywhere. It's really weird that it keeps freezing while I have my adapter in. But volunteer orange is more yellow to me, and like
I guess
Texas orange is too like burnt orange. Like my orange is like Halloween orange, and I don't really know too many like sports. I mean Cleveland Browns, I guess.
Yeah, Cleveland, sorta. Clemson, maybe if we're talking college.
Clemson might be closer. But Tennessee, from a whole, I will say are overrated because I don't think they've been relevant in football in like a minute.
Yeah, they've been bad. Yeah, they've been bad.
So yeah, definitely overrated Tennessee.
Not to be confused with unpaid.
Shit. God damn it. It's because I got fucking frozen and I'm
Okay, well, you held strong. I think 3 for 3 on the unpaid there. Very respectable. So you did indeed pass my version of unpaid or underrated.
A lot of things grind my knurling, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, if we're still in the question phase, I guess we could talk a little bit more home gym.
Yeah.
So I guess give me a favorite, least favorite on the home gym the garage gym and then the basement gym, because now you are dabbling in the garage now as well, correct?
Yeah. So like least favorite, like so my game of my basement gym and my garage gym.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. So least favorite on the garage gym is that it has no power. So like I can't. I have to run a battery fan. I can't do lights out there. Like, I mean, everything I have to do would be battery, and I'm not running fucking conduit and electric out there anytime soon. And spending
Isn't that what you do?
Not really, kind of, sort of, but no, not like that's.
All
I do
right.
like light electrical, so no. So that's very least favorite about it. The most favorite is just it's so cool to play with cool shit and new stuff, and it's giving me like just this new opportunity to play with shit that I've never played with before, mainly the log and the crash pads, which I can do so much strongman stuff, and I can only do so much strongman stuff in the basement. So being able to do sandbag stuff and Husafelt carries and sandbag carries and just the overhead log and working outside and like the heat's okay, but like that kind of sucks because it really sucked this week when it was fucking 95.
It's so hot.
Yeah, that was brutal. But I would say that just not having power in general definitely is least. And then just the ability to do different new shit that I can't do in the basement is most fun. And then the basement, the cellar gym, least fun. Ooh. I guess in the same vein, well, I'm going to go with just overall square footage. Even though it's 700 square foot of gym space, like I would love to have like fucking 4,000 square footage gym space and also like a bathroom. A second, actually, regardless of space, just a bathroom in the basement to where people don't have to tramp in front of my fucking like living room and like come upstairs and everything. Like just like that would basically keep it to not alienate like my wife and shit who's usually hanging out upstairs and stuff. If I just like had a basement in a bathroom basement and like its own entrance, that'd be clutch.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So like, is it like its
Get a
own like? Is it
Pittsburgh
actually a
toilet.
cellar? Yeah, Pittsburgh toilet. Is it like actually a cellar where you have to like go outside and then inside, or okay.
No. It's just my basement. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
walk into the kitchen. You're either in the kitchen or you just go directly downstairs to the basement. So
Yeah,
that's why I usually just tell people just like come to the side door and just walk downstairs. But it does like I only have the one bathroom upstairs though, and it's like in the middle of the house. So it's kind of a like you have to like go through all like my actual home to get to the actual toilet.
Yeah, you got to walk through the living room here to get to the bathroom
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, which is awkward. Like especially if it's like newer people that I've only met a couple times or like not at all. Like if it's people that I've known for a while, like it's it is what it is. But it's more just upsetting for my wife because I know she's just trying to hang out upstairs and like she had a long day for work and I got like people walking in front of the TV and shit and strangers. But the best thing, just having a gym in general. Like just not fucking driving. Like I love my gym specifically, but I love anyone's gym. Like if you can squat, bench, deadlift, press of some sort in any kind of variation and do some accessories, like I could get away with a fucking 200 square foot gym that I spent $500 on. Like I don't need a $40,000 gym. It's awesome to have and it's great to have friends over, but like I could get away with fucking anybody's shitty gym. Like so just having a gym.
Just the convenience of it.
I think the DILF dungeon's got to be like 40 square feet. Like it's literally, I'm so out of space, right? Like, yeah. And the bathroom thing's fixed for me because I have the convenience of a sump pump, right?
Well, yeah, I definitely piss in my sink a lot, but that doesn't help. I'm not gonna have
well, like you're not gonna have your friends do that.
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
where we are, like in my basement because it's my dad's basement, right? The gym is at the far end, and then at the other end is a shower and a sump pump. And the shower goes directly into the sump pump, and then you can just pee into the sump pump, and it just goes
that's nice.
into the ditch, right?
Don't poop in it, Joey.
I love a good pee into something that's not a toilet, though. Like that's just the most fun. Like whether it's shower, outdoors.
Yeah. Peeing outside's the best.
Yeah,
I live in the country. Right behind me is a big field. You just go out and pee.
Yeah.
Even my boy, he's just like, I gotta pee, and he'll go outside to go pee in the field. It's
there.
like, yeah, buddy.
Nice.
That was like my favorite thing. Like I don't know why I did it. Like the whole time I lived at my parents' house, from the time I drove, like even though I had a basement bathroom, like right outside, like my room downstairs in the basement, like I would just get out of my car and just piss in the driveway and then walk inside. I can't remember not ever doing that, like ever. Like obviously, I mean at night. Like I'm not gonna do it at fucking like 4 PM, but like,
hey guys, how was your day at school?
I know my parents and my neighbors are asleep. I was for sure pissing in my driveway.
All right. Can I pose a question?
Ever pull the?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, real quick. Along with peeing outside, do you ever just do the old open your car door and then kind of pee in between your car door and the car itself?
Yeah, if you're in a pickle, yeah,
that's classic right there.
Especially if you're like sometimes in the winter, my drive home could be 45 minutes. And I will pull into the driveway and go, no, this isn't waiting. And like it's going in the driveway. Yeah, that's happened a few times. I actually today posted a thing on Instagram that was like, ask me something. And I just got asked one. Yeah. And I think I'm just going to respond to them with check out this week's episode for the response to this. So I'm going to ask each one of you, and then I'll answer as well. Keith.
You.
FMK. Deadlift, Dinny lift, or shouldering stones?
Ooh.
I want all of you to answer that.
So I don't have even though I have the ability to do all that, I've never shouldered a stone, but I bet it'd be better than Denny lifting because I don't know. So I'm gonna kill Denny stones, fuck shouldering a stone, and marry deadlifts. Even though I do have Denny stones, I just haven't used them yet. But I remember everything I've heard about them, it sounds miserable on your thumbs at the hook grip aspect. So like, now that I've shouldered sandbags, so I can imagine shouldering a stone is kind of similar, just like significally more painful.
It hurts a lot. Yeah, did you see that post since you went exploring my page? Right? You saw the post.
I did.
I finally shouldered my stone, and then just like red scratches. And so when I had Steve out here and I was like, that rock's pretty heavy. He's like, I can fuck with that rock. And he went and picked up my rock and threw it on his shoulder and he was walking around and he's like, and he even said, he's like, this might hurt your ego, but this is really light for me. And I'm like, okay. And then he gets home and he sends me a picture and he's just bruised. He's just bruised.
Or just wear a hoodie or something, right? Like, wouldn't that be, or do you,
it's
help my hair,
hot.
Right? Well, yeah, but if I was going to shoulder something, I don't know, but yeah.
Nas, what about you? FMK, Denny stones, deadlifts, shouldering stones.
Yeah, I was hoping to wait for Roniak's response because what's a Dinny stone? Those are like the ring with the rock that you pick up, or
Yeah,
what?
if you want to go running, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead,
yeah.
James, and then I can craft my answer based on this.
All right, sure thing.
Should we explain them?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, they're the rings that you like
I
are connected to the
understand the
rock,
Denny
right?
stone. It's there's two big rocks with
Iron rings.
rings bolted into
Yeah,
them.
okay, yeah, I've got it
And
right in my
they're
mind.
unequal weight
And
too. That's the thing that
yep,
fucks everybody
Okay,
up.
unequal
And
weight
the rings are
and
different
unequal
diameter.
height too.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, so
But you can do
I've
them on
never done
loading
them
bins.
myself. Yeah, I've never done them myself, but they look like a lot of fun. I Unfortunately, I love shouldering stones and shouldering sandbags and everything. It's such a rush. And being a power lifter and a deadlift guy, I got to marry the deadlifts, kill the Denny stones, and fuck shouldering stones. But that's a tough one. Denny stones are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll have to go the same answer because I haven't dabbled with the Dinny stones, nor have I shouldered anything. But it kind of sounds fun, and I'm kind of like a clean and jerk guy a little bit, so it seems similar enough. Probably still a lot different. But I mean, yeah, as a power lifter, my deadlift, I'm not even like I'm in a beef with my deadlift right now. We've been fighting, but we're still married. And then I'd fuck the shoulder because that does sound fun. And then I guess kill the Dinny stones.
All right. I'm gonna marry deadlifts because you dance with the partner that brought you here, right? I'm the other two are really hard. I love both of them, but I do stones more than I do Denny. So I'm gonna have to fuck the stones and kill the Denny. Like if I never had to Denny again, I'd be sad, but I wouldn't be mad because like I just don't do it often enough. And that's on me because I haven't worked it into my programming. So that would be my answer. Yeah. So there you go. Hook grip underscore mark. That's your that's your answer there. I'm just gonna say
I think
give
all
this
four of us
episode a
said the
listen
exact
to.
same answer, right? So that'll be
Yeah,
what
easy
are the
enough.
odds? What are the odds of that, boys? As they say.
Oh,
Yeah, great minds think
100%.
alike, right? That's what they say.
Thank you for playing that with me.
Ah,
Of course.
Oh, that's another fun one. I'm not gonna say who asked it, but somebody just asked me most fun, least fun, being friends with Keith.
That's funny. No, actually I'm curious. I'm curious enough to hear that one.
I don't.
If you hurt my feelings, I'll just go to bed. I guess that's fine.
No, I'm not
But
gonna
I
hurt
know
your feeling.
I'm not a peach, so I know I have my moments.
No, yeah. I think that we've become really close, and I don't know if you guys, have been regular listeners. There is one thing that I want to point out is I think our dynamic changed for the better after I came to your gym.
Yeah.
I think that the podcast we recorded the week after when I came down there, things were so much smoother and easier, and it just took too long. That's all. It just took too long to do that. Your temper, you have just a little bit of a temper that sometimes you respond to me, and I'm just like, relax, count to 3 first. That would be the only.
I go 0 to 100 quick. I know it's not.
Yeah, I used to too, but having kids in the house and you watch Oren and he does the same thing I used to do, and it's like, fuck, I have to stop doing that so that he doesn't continue doing that, right? Because they mirror you. So suddenly I'm the calm one in the house. And if you knew me 5 years ago, you are not. Well, yeah, I am actually. And so anyway, that's the end of my game. You guys want to
bring in for our landing, boys?
yeah, we could do a landing for sure. I guess we the one thing we didn't mention we were going to talk about though is we are getting all the spotters and loaders together this Saturday for kind of a run through before we head out or head west, I should say, head southeast and west. But yeah, so if you got any other questions for the spotters and loaders, we could even maybe dish out a tutorial video on spotting and loading some squats, get it out for the people. But we're all getting together this weekend, so it should be fun.
I'm surprised you guys haven't. I'll throw a suggestion out to you. Do you know you guys don't have an actual Instagram page?
Dude, we've tried. I mentioned
work
Tyler
to
earlier.
An additional page, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Tyler's kind of our leader, and he kind of wanted to make sure we did it the right way. So we're kind of waiting on his go on there, because me and Roniak were definitely looking to get it going, and we wanted some custom shorts too, but he still wanted to go through him. So we'll figure something out. Try to
It's
get
a
some deal with A7 because they give us a lot of free stuff.
it's a really cool idea, and I don't think there's anybody else there branding spotters and loaders. Like it's always a call for volunteers. I don't think anybody out there is like, no, we are the people. This is what we do. You contact us, and we will come do this for you. And I think that's it might be a little niche, but it's still going to be
No,
one of a kind.
Texas Strength Systems kind of they have an Instagram, I know, and they've done like even just probably more big meets than us at this point. So we're kind of right alongside the Texas Strength System guys. They do a lot of meets as well.
All
No,
right.
that's
Well,
awesome. I'm glad you guys have organized that. But yeah, definitely, we're excited to have well, at least I'm not doing powerlifting this year, but if I was, I know I'd be in safe hands.
Yeah, we're not doing the strongman. I saw the calls for volunteers and that today, and we'll be showering and getting ready to live easy.
Communal showering.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be watching though too. We'll come back and watch.
I will be
Yeah.
mediocre powerlifting at this meet, so you guys will be taking care of me a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to
All
make
right,
sure we get on
we'll
your
be there.
platform now that there's two platforms.
All right. Well, this has been Unpaid and Underrated, episode number 5 or 6 or something. Big Matt did send his regards. We're going to see him at the Live Hard Live Easy, so everybody give him shit for bailing on us every week. He is kind of the third host that just never shows up. You can find us at unpaidinternpodcast.com. I have not memorized this outro. This is normally Keith's realm, and he's looking at me like,
No,
it.
you're good. So we have let's our affiliates here real quick. Obsidian, Barbell Rescue, Plates Next, Home Gym Con, code unpaid. Also go over to Belt Fed Strength and use code unpaid to save 10% on any leather goods. We are Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. You can find us at unpaidinternpodcast.com and on YouTube. Thomas, where you at, buddy?
Oh yeah, you can follow the lifting log Tom Nahs THOMNAHS or the main page Swartz_sports.
About you?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, sorry.
All good. I went right into it. We got Ronnie Power 100, RONY Power 100 on Instagram. That's about it for me right there. I don't have any extra pages on top of that. Maybe start with something here though.
But yeah, any crew members in Minnesota, let us know when you want to come get a garage gym lift in, and love to have some more crew members out here.
There you go.
Big shout out to BeltFed for that code. I don't know if I said it last week, but like that's dope. Like we didn't even ask for that. He was just like, "This is fun as hell. I'm doing it." And Barbell Rescue, honestly, probably our most used, I think, code. And to be honest with you, it's a hell of a product. If you don't already have one, I've been to meets where they have them, and I'm just like, I got a code for that.
Have you guys used a Barbell Rescue at any of the meets? I know that I know that Kim's got them out to a lot of the Texas Strength. Now you've got the 360 one. Now you got to upgrade that, buddy.
We're the road guys. I guess we should.
So you really got to upgrade. Now that you've been on our podcast, go over. They're like $40, $50 delivered with our code or whatever. So I mean, it's a little expensive for such a niche item, but they're very much worth it. If you guys are barbell guys, especially try it out. It might, you might enjoy using it at the meets, and you might just start packing them in your bag for the meet specifically. I don't know. Definitely worth a shot though.
Well, we should get one before the meet, because we've got actually Tanner's Alico bar in the garage gym, and we've been using the heck out of it low key, because he told us we could. But we'll have to make sure we get that thing, because we're bringing it to Aberdeen.
I think I'm gonna do this right here. So I'm gonna call Tanner out, and Tanner and Tommy, like the boys here, they need a couple Barbell Rescue brushes for the meet. So I think if Tanner can go ahead and head over to the website and buy a couple for him, that might just be great.
And you can even use them with your 3-in-1. That's the thing. Like you put your 3-in-1 on and use the bar brush to spread it around. Like it's a pretty convenient product. I held off on buying it for like a year, and then when we got the code, I was like, I guess I can't hold off anymore, and I don't regret buying that at all.
No holding back now.
No holding back now.
All right, so Big Keith Undercut 73 on Instagram. Go follow my Orange Gym, then a wine cellar. Big Joey, where you at?
Still the same place, Joey_Molesco. Just discovered I wasn't following Ronnie back there, so I went and fixed that. I'm gonna. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go find him. I was like, oh fuck, he follows me and I don't follow him like a jerk.
All good.
I'm very bad at social media.
We'll see you next Tuesday.